Oh, let's see. Okay, cool, cool. We are live. Let's see. Welcome to episode 618 of the Black Brain Trust Black Horology Talk. I got my co-host for this one, Super Triz, in the house. What's the time, Super Triz?
What's going on? 9:02 Pacific Standard.
I got the same time over here, broski.
Yeah. What's
All
going
right.
on?
Not much, man. Happy New Year, brother.
Hey, same to you, man.
Yeah, man. We been planning to put this one together. Hey, dude. So yesterday, man, my little nephews were over, and so my nephew had my phone, and I don't know, he just kind of ran off, man, and then left it somewhere. So
Mm,
I was like, "Where's my You know?" And then so like late last night, I found it, man. It was just under a table.
okay.
He was wrestling with my other nephew's brother. That's all.
It's all
And
good.
I was calling it, and battery was dead on it. So I just started just looking around like, oh, there it is. So
Well,
I was like, all right, let me fire it up for today.
time is on our side, so what's the rush, right?
Well, I mean, it was just one of those things, man, where he's 3, his brother's 5, and they're getting their WWE on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Been there,
but
done that.
no, yeah, man. But I think let me see here. Let me real
You
quick.
waiting on Lionel?
We can I mean we could chop it up. I'm gonna text him right now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So we put this one together. Give the folks a little bit of horology knowledge real quick.
Okay. So essentially, welcome everybody to the Black Brain Trust. This stream is about horology, particular talking about it from a black male perspective. Now, just to preface this by saying that we're not watch experts, nor do we claim to be. We're not dealers.
We're
We're not
enthusiasts.
watchmakers. We're not manufacturers. We are consumers,
We're enthusiasts.
enthusiasts. Yes, that's a correct term too. And we're approaching it from that particular perspective. So all of our perspectives and viewpoints are purely personal preference and opinions. Um, so with that in mind, um, I think that we have to first, especially as it applies to the fourth industrial revolution.
Mm-hmm.
We've just transitioned to 2021. Um, as time progresses, we see that wristwatches in particular have become more and more irrelevant. We still have the need to tell time, but the actual functionality of a wristwatch um, has greatly diminished.
Right.
Um, in my opinion, a wristwatch for 99% of the population is a luxury. It's an accessory, not a necessity.
So you're saying that it's become because of like technology, because now it's all about the smartwatch, right?
Or
You know,
smartphone.
yeah, or well, it's either your because like, dude, like reality speak. It's the reason why I don't wear a watch right now. It's because I just look at my phone, right?
Exactly.
However, even when I used to wear my watch though, it was more of like an accessory, right? And it was always a conversation because you and I were talking about this before. So it has become more of a thing now where like chronology and like you know actual like wristwatches, it's kind of shifted now to like a kind of like an accessory or a thing of appreciation. Would that be wrong?
I 100% agree. Sorry, I've
Oh,
been muting myself in between, but yes, because like you said, you just check your phone. Most people access their smartphone uh, multiple times in an hour, let alone a day. So we're always aware of the time just by function of us consistently accessing our phone for various reasons. So that those moments in between looking at your phone, having a wristwatch to tell the time. You could use it, but are people honestly needing to know what the time is that consistently? For most people, no. The time they check their phone is adequate time for them to know what time it is throughout the day, and they really don't use their I mean, I've seen people literally be asked what the time is, have a watch on their
Have a
wrist, and
watch
still
on.
look on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I think it's probably several people who kind of forget how to tell time. You know, but
Well, it's like because yeah, like I said, man, it's become a thing now where like we our perception of time is different, right? So it's kind of gauged. Our perception of time is really kind of driven by, for example, like things like notifications. You know what I mean? So because you're constantly checking your phone so much because of all the notifications and stuff, you pretty much always know the time. Okay, so then it becomes like a thing where it's a benign, it's a benign sort of thing. But that's why I wanted to circle like around the watches themselves, right? Because now they've just become more of an art piece, more of an accessory, assets even.
now that's not to say that um, there aren't people who actually use their wristwatch.
Hmm.
That's not to say there aren't situations like, for instance, if you're like a scuba diver, right? You're wearing a diving watch. You're not going to have your phone with you while you're diving.
Like a
You
submariner.
do want to be able to tell the time because you need to know how much oxygen you have left in your tank. I mean, there's actual functionality for a watch.
Hmm.
People that work out, they may use their watch to actually time themselves for certain things pertaining to their workout regimen. So there is some functionality involved with a watch, but again, I think that um, a watch is more of a luxury item. And
Hmm.
that's not to say that there isn't a place for luxury items. I mean, obviously, we're having this horology stream, so there is an appreciation for wristwatches, despite the fact that they're not as necessary as they once were.
Right, right. And I think that's kind of where our focus starts to center around, right? This is going to be more about appreciating fine craftsmanship, um, design elements, you know what I mean, functionality. Right now, that's where this talk now centers around because we're looking at what applications are. It does have utility, it does have a use, but it's not as prevalent as it is today because of the advent of the smartphone and all of that. So now we're talking about basically, in a lot of ways, some fine art pieces, maybe. Like I said, these things appreciate in value. You showed me that site where dudes flip watches and stuff, you know. So I'm looking at this like how I look at cars, for example.
Yeah, there's an entire market dedicated to the resale of watches, reselling of watches that haven't even been worn yet. I mean, when we look at okay, let's take for instance the when we talk about wristwatches, in particular luxury wristwatches, obviously everybody knows the term Rolex. We're familiar with Rolex to a certain extent, especially more recently. I would say over the past 10 to 15 years, Audemars Piguet has kind of
Hmm.
rose to prosperity amongst the hip hop community as a watch to aspire to own. And so we're familiar with Audemars Piguet.
Hmm.
And then the third name on that list would be Patek Philippe, Patek Philippe, as some people call it. Now, the reason
Now,
why I
now
mentioned those three watch names,
Trish, can you post those names as you say them?
yes, I can certainly do that.
Okay,
Let me.
and then what we'll do also when you want me to bring up just put a link in the back check. I'll grab it and then pull it up on my browser.
This is what we're gonna do. I got an idea. Let me do this. Okay, let me bring up. Let's see here. Where are we at here?
And then in a few minutes, I'm gonna have to step away for a quick second. I gotta go visit the little boy's room. But yeah, because that way, if I get the links and then I pull it up, then I can like kind of keep everything playing in the background and stuff.
Philippe. Okay, and then we have. Okay. Okay. So at any rate, I'm going to be posting those names on the screen for you guys to see
Yeah.
just here in a second. Now, let me just mention those names again. And the reason why I want to mention these names is the importance is that when we talk about these particular watchmakers, Rolex, uh, Patek Philippe, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet. The actual relevance for those particular watchmakers, I mean, obviously they have long and storied histories within the watch industry.
Mm-hmm.
But these particular watchmakers have watches as complex reference. They have a strong resale market for these watches, and that some of these watches actually appreciate in value depending on the condition of the watch, a particular model that you pick.
Mm-hmm.
They can actually be worth more the day you purchase them. Now, the actual dealers, they have an actual what you call a manufacturer suggested retail price, and you'll find that certain watches, like for instance, we'll take the Rolex Submariner, for instance, a Rolex Submariner, the particular model they consider they've coined the term Hulk. This will be a stainless steel Rolex Submariner with a green dial and a green bezel.
Mm-hmm.
And then more recently for this year, towards the end of last year, they've introduced the model they've coined the term Kermit, which is a Rolex with a black dial and a green bezel. I personally think the Hulk version with the green dial and green bezel looks a lot better, but that's regards to the point. The point is that these watches are in very high demand. Now, if you go to the manufacturer's website, the Rolex website, and you'll see the list price for about $9,500 some dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be hard pressed to purchase that watch from a dealer at all because they're in such limited supply. So the individuals that actually have access to those watches are repeated Rolex customers. Oftentimes these are flippers who consistently purchase the watches over and over and again, so they build a relationship with the dealership, so they have access to those watches first. And so from that particular perspective, they're able to purchase those watches for say $9,500, and then you look on the resale market, the day after they buy that watch, they're able to put it back on the market for double the price. And Complex and I, we actually looked at that a couple weeks ago or last week or so, and we actually saw a watch that is $9,500 brand new being listed for 17,000.
Yeah, it's like 17 or 18 grand. Yeah.
Talk about a Complex.
No, I was just saying that watch was like 17, 18 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have any?
There you go. It's on the screen right now.
What's that?
It's on the screen right now.
Oh, okay. There we go. Rolex Patek. Here, I'm gonna type it in too. Hold on 1 second.
There we go.
I threw a name or two in there. I see Doc Phoenix posted some names. Black Torch. Yeah, if y'all drop some links on that. I'm gonna step away in just a second, and then I'll drop the link for the chat, and then we could just start chopping it up. But this was a live stream that Triz had brought, had wanted to do, and I was all with it. So I wanted to just kind of get this going, have him preface all of this, and then we'll go ahead and get a chop up going. Hold on, but let me type these in real quick. Rolex Patek.
So and I'm gonna just go through the comments real quick. The Dr. Phoenix mentioned Zenith, Jägerle Kucher, also Audemars Piguet Royal Loc Offshore. So for the actual, I see Oak Oscar, that's from you, Complex. Now the Zenith watch, the Zenith is famous because Zenith actually produced movements. I believe I think Zenith produced movements for Rolex at one point.
Did
the actual internals of the watch. The internals, the actual movement itself was made by Zenith. That Zenith produced movements for Rolex, so that's why Zenith is still respected. But the reason why I mentioned these particular names, Rolex, Patek, and Audemars, not because they're the best watches ever made, but because they have such strong resale values. When you start talking about Zenith, you start talking about Jägerle Kucher, you start talking about Panerai.
Mm-hmm.
What you'll find is that a lot of these particular watches, on the resale market, they're offered at a discount compared to what they were when they were purchased new. This is a stark contrast to Rolex Patek and Audemars, right? For instance, the Royal Oak, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, right? This is the basically a Royal Oak with additional complications. So the Royal Oak itself is more of a that was Audemars' introduction into the luxury sports watch. So they produce it as a luxury sports watch. So instead of just having a luxury watch, they actually wanted a luxury steel bracelet sports watch. And ever since it's always been a very popular model. It holds its value well, but some other models, even for Audemars, don't necessarily hold their value. There's a couple Rolexes that don't really hold their value.
Yeah. I was it's like Urban Gentry and this is a couple channels that I follow on watches. Even Richard Fain, I don't know if y'all follow that brother. He does a lot of like financial information, but one of the things that kind of like even got me deeper into like the whole horology thing was with him when he was talking about how he pays for, like, how he was paying for his Ferrari. And he was like, well, dude, I created a business that has a separate stream of income. And then he said the money from that strictly just pays for that car. And what it was, he's flipping Rolexes. Ah, there he is.
Hello.
Yo.
Clear?
Greetings, Lionel.
Kind of sound a little far away.
What's going on?
What's up, man? You sound a little far away from the mic, man.
I may have to hold on. Let me hold this.
Okay.
Now I got the music and the background going on.
Hey, man, you Lionel, man, you know, we've been talking about what we need to do here, man. So, you know, you had the music on your stream. I'm trying to be like you. Yeah, Doc Phoenix said, okay, yeah, he subbed to Urban Gentry, Jory Goodman, the time teller. And they're always talking about what you were just saying, Super Triz, about like the Rolexes to kind of stay away from if you're looking at an investment piece, right? They'll talk about like, okay, if you want it, buy it because you like it, but don't buy it with the intent on flipping it for double the price or anything, because those watches actually don't hold their value.
Yeah, like with Rolex in particular, a lot of the watches that are really hold their value well are the still sports watches. So we're talking about the GMT Master, we're talking about the Explorer, we're talking about the Submariner, we're talking about the Daytona. Stainless steel variants of those particular watches tend to actually not only hold their value well, but if you purchase it new, depending on the market that you're in, you're able to actually flip that watch immediately for profit because of the actual low supply and high demand.
Yeah, right. So if you're first to get it, turn around, boom, because of exclusivity. Lionel, your mic good? There you go. You sound good now. Yep.
Yeah. Who mentioned TGV? That's my guy, man.
I did.
TGV is my guy. I look at it.
Urban Gentry, brother. Yes,
so
sir.
Cool, man.
He's that's a cold cat right there, man. Y'all don't know, man. Go check. Hold on. Let me put his name in there. Yeah, I've been rocking with TGV for couple years now. Years. Yeah, he's been around a minute.
Yeah. Well, even before he moved to Philadelphia.
Yeah, he moved. Year, right? Wait, he's not in New York anymore?
No, he moved to Philadelphia to work with what's that watch company? It's in Philly. I forgot. It's a retail. Man. It's a resale watch company.
Okay.
The watch box. The watch box.
The watch box. You know, he had his own line of bands and all that stuff, man. That dude is just yeah. That's him right there. Check out that YouTube channel, the Urban Gentry.
Man, TGV.
Yeah,
man.
TGV is the dude. Man. He is the dude.
Because he's a big, not to get off topic, but he's a big movie buff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's a bit of a Renaissance dude, man. Like he's very, very knowledgeable. And I want to even say that some part of his family was some part of some royal line or some shit, man. Like he's on some other stuff, man. Yeah.
Gentleman English or something like that.
Gentleman English, yeah. Let me see here. There we go. Dr. Phoenix. Let's see him. Yeah, I think he's getting his mic together here. Now, what we could do, I'm gonna step away for just a sec, and then Triz, if you got links, can you stick them in the private chat, and then I can pull them up so I could do the screen share. Like
Okay, sounds good.
if you got links, I know if you got links, Dr. Phoenix, you got links. Anyone else who comes up, hey, China White, what's going on, lady? Welcome. Good morning.
Oh, shout out to China White.
Yeah, salute. We talking watches. We talking watches today, China. Yeah, if you got links, man, just throw them in the private chat, and then I'll pull them up. Let me step away for just a second, man. Y'all got it.
Okay, so while Complex steps away, I'm going to just briefly just a quick rundown of the different types of watches. So we were talking about watches. We had spoke earlier about the functionality of watches, right? And so from a functional standpoint, if you're going to actually own a watch for its functionality, hands down, quartz movement is going to be superior. It keeps better time. The value for money is there. You know, even now with Bulova, Bulova makes a particular quartz movement that actually sweeps much smoother than an actual mechanical watch.
Yes, the precisionist movement.
Yes. So if what you want is accuracy and timekeeping, quartz hands down. But for the actual enthusiasts, most of us prefer the actual the mechanical watch, whether it be automatic or it be manual wound. Similar to those of us who prefer a manual transmission or internal combustion over an electric or a vehicle that doesn't necessarily need a transmission at all, or maybe has an automatic transmission. It's more of an emotional attachment. It's not necessarily based in rationality, but that's okay. Again, because the actual watch itself is not something that's necessary in this day and age. But with the actual, obviously, we talk about quartz. When we talk about mechanical watches, you have the automatic, and you have the manual wind. The benefits of having a manual wind, obviously, is that manual winds can often have a smaller case thickness, because there's not a necessity for the rotor to actually wind the watch, whereas the automatic watch obviously needs a rotor that basically uses kinetic energy to actually wind the watch. As we know, the actual there's like a coiled spring in a watch that unwinds, and it gradually releases that kinetic energy, and that drives the mechanisms that actually keep time. And so it's pretty amazing when you think about it, and I think that's part of the passion that comes with watch collecting, or even just watch enthusiasts, is that the componentry that goes to keeping that time, and that you have timepieces that you can wear on your wrist that don't need a battery. What do you think, Lionel?
Yeah, I like. Am I echoing?
You coming in loud and clear.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. Just by looking at these guys and their watch channels, I know I hear the same thing that they say. You hit a spot on with the quartz. It keeps time in much more position, so where at the end of the year it don't lose a lot of seconds on a watch. So you don't have to always take it in and get it precise again. Yeah, I agree.
And one thing to keep in mind is that the mechanical watches, obviously, the manual wind, those have to be wound periodically. Generally, people pick a time of the day, like maybe before bed or the first thing when they wake up, and they wind that watch just routinely, because you don't want to lose time. Like once the actual coil spring goes down, it gradually begins to lose time until it actually stops ticking. Automatic watch, those watches are automatically charging when you wear them on your wrist and when you move them. Some people actually store them in watch winding boxes that actually move and keep the watch wound that way. And that becomes increasingly important, because every time you access that crown to adjust the time on a watch, you expose the internals of that watch to the environment. Depending on the environment you're in over time, if you live, I'm in Seattle, if you live in Houston, high humidity areas, moisture can actually make its way into the internals of the watch and cause you to have more frequent service intervals.
And you don't want to
Also,
wind it too tightly either.
yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Yes, very, very, very important that you mentioned that winding the mechanical watches, the manual wind watches too tightly, over time that can cause problems as well. But one of the things that you also think about is as you increase the complexity of the watches, you start adding in complications. And complications are things. So, for instance, you have a watch that tells time, and then you have an additional complication. Say, for instance, the watches that tell the date. That's considered a complication. A date is a complication. A chronograph,
Altitude,
uh,
altitude,
moon phase. What did you say? Complex?
the altitude.
Altitude? Yes.
Yeah.
These are all complications on the watches. So
Braiding is good for complications.
exactly. But if you let that time run down on that watch, and now you have to take it back in to get, say for instance, if you have you have a high-end watch at Patek, right? And it has some very, very extravagant complications. Like you have some complications such as, the moon phase. You have perpetual calendars. You have annual calendars. You have, I mean, if you can go all up to equation of time complications. And when you start talking about these type of complications, right? To actually reset those is so difficult. You have to take it into a watch expert to have it reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Good to see you again, Lionel. I haven't seen you in a while, brother.
Good to see you. Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah,
do my thing, man.
Lionel, he's around, man. He's around.
Happy New Year to you, brothers. No, the interesting part, one of my daily watches I wear is actually a Bulova. I wear a Precisionist. I brought it years ago, but it's it's one of my daily watches now. I wear that one because one, it is pretty accurate. The only problem with the Precisionist movement is that it tends to burn through batteries pretty quickly. Most quartz watches can usually give you about a good 5 to 10 years. The Bulova, maybe 2 or 3, because it just vibrates at such a higher frequency compared to your normal quartz movements. And so, that's just one thing to keep in mind. But personally, I think it's a great watch to have just for regular, everyday type of ordeal. Again, you probably wouldn't want to be wearing your mechanicals or your automatics, every single day. And technically, you should have them on a watch finder. But
Have you all
All right.
talked favorite watches?
I have mine up right now.
Okay.
I know you'd be happy to know this is a Chicago brand.
Uh-huh.
Produced in Chicago. This is Oak and Oscar. I was telling Triz, dude, like this is my jam right here. Like this, huh?
no, I was gonna say I'm a little partial to Longines and Hamilton, so I like those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I what I like about the Oak and Oscar, man, is I'm kind of I like a subdued, minimalist, sophisticated look, but unique at the same time. It's really hard to get that. It's really hard. So
Yeah.
what I find is that the Oak and Oscars, they have the Humboldt and the Olmsted, and then this is the one I like. This is the look I like matte and leather, matte and like army green nylon straps. You know what I mean? Something like this, like something real simple, elegant though. Like people look at this and it's just an eye catcher.
It's
Well,
not
yeah,
gaudy.
those military style watches are probably some of your tried and true best everyday watches you can wear.
Yeah.
Generally pretty rugged, pretty durable. They last a while. Like I said, you shouldn't probably be wearing your automatic or your mechanical automatic. Your mechanicals every day. But again, if you just need something for everyday function, I think a military style watch is probably best. Especially if you kind of have, you're in careers where you kind of move around, bump around a lot. You don't want to be bumping around your $2,000-3,000 watch like that and scratching it up and everything. So
Yeah, it's classic and it's elegant. It's not gaudy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the case and everything it comes in. Hey, Triz, peep the Porsche pin right here.
Hey, so this was Triz's idea to have the horology discussion?
Yeah, well, because he was on the sim one of the sim live streams with me, and then we started talking watches because watch companies are really closely associated and marketed through motorsport.
Yeah,
And so that's how we got on the watch conversation.
Yeah, obviously you've had Rolex and who's been some of the biggest sponsors for Formula One and the
Yeah, Tag
Le
Heuer.
Mans series and stuff like that.
Tag Heuer's been like
Yeah.
the official timekeeper. Blancpain's been. They have the GT3 of the series. Like the stuff that I even do in sim racing is
Yeah.
Blancpain
Yeah,
GT3
actually,
series.
it's interesting because another brand that I think a lot of brothers don't consider, but actually got some notoriety in the presidential election because Biden wears one is Omega.
Omega.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
Yeah, Omega
Omega
make
was
good.
famous. Yeah, they were famous because these were the watches that the astronauts on the Apollo 11 wore.
Yeah, Omega make good
Now
watches.
this is I can't do silver bands, right? I could do the Olmsted
Mm-hmm.
with either a leather or nylon, but man, Triz and I were talking about this for whatever reason, man. My wrist just can't do a silver band.
Really,
Yeah,
I do like metal bands, but I am quite partial to the soft leather
see,
suede bands.
see this right here.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That's me right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's
Now
yep.
this is your quintessential military style
Yeah,
watch right
that's
there.
me
They
right there.
usually have those nylon bands because again, if you're wearing a watch that has a metal band, it's gonna get scratched up. Then you have to repolish it, or if it's leather, it kind of gets worn down. And typically, watches with leather bands, that's more or less for more, business type of attire. Oftentimes, even formal events you typically wear watches with leather bands in those cases. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for me, uh, rubber bands chap my wrist, so I like nylon bands.
Hmm. There you
yeah,
go, Triz, right here. This is all Swiss made mechanicals right here.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
You know
This
what?
is not Chinese.
it. Looked like you used the ETA movement. So ETA movements, ETA is like is a Swiss movement, and they have different tiers. Kind of like my
Hmm.
kind of like the Miyota movement. Miyota is the Japanese equivalent of ETA, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
we make movements in bulk, and they actually distribute to watchmakers. And oftentimes, what happens is that watchmakers will either use the movement as is, or they'll modify the movement, particularly for their own in-house purposes. Now, look, watch community, you'll find that a lot of people, swear by in-house movement. They think that a watchmaker is superior or a watch manufacturer is superior by offering an in-house movement. But when you start talking about certain in-house movements for niche brands and low volume watches, it becomes increasingly difficult to service said watch
Yep.
because it's in such limited supply. Number one, the availability of parts because it's the in-house movement. And so a lot of these in-house parts are closely guarded by that particular watch manufacturer. So
Oh yeah.
lease those to the general public. You have to bring your watch into their particular establishment to be serviced. So that's
Now with Oak and Oscar, they source the parts, right? And then they're actually made, they're handmade in Chicago.
yeah.
Right. So that would be one of those scenarios where you're talking about you're gonna have to take it to them to have the watches.
Well, it depends on the amount of modification they've done to the movement itself. Now, the assembly of the watch on premises, uh, that's not that much of a problem. But it's when they
Mm.
actually start tinkering with the internals, when they start modifying the movement, um, not just from from an assembly standpoint, when they actually modify parts, maybe they want to make the watch fit in a particular size case, so they may
Mhm.
slow down a part here, or uh, you know minimize a layer there, or take switch out the rotor. There's so many things that can be done to modify a movement, and depending on what those modifications are, it can be very difficult for a watch maker to work on it, because a lot of times you take the watch back to the manufacturer, they charge an exorbitant amount of money just like taking your car back to the dealership. They're
Mhm.
going to charge more, and sometimes they're going to actually say you need certain things that you don't really need done.
Right. Hey, did anyone
In
have a
particular, Rolex, you take your watch to Rolex, and when they actually fix certain things, they don't give you the parts back. So
Yeah,
they put the new parts in. So depending on the part that they put in, like say for instance, you have a vintage Rolex, right? You have a vintage Rolex Oyster Perpetual. You take it in for
Mhm.
service, they say you need this, you need that, right? And then they replace the dial. Now you have an updated dial on what's supposed to be a period specific watch. That watch is now devalued, even though you're like, oh, I got new parts for my watch, but the charm of that vintage watch is the vintage dial. So now you
The
have an updated dial on a vintage watch. That watch has now lost value, and Rolex doesn't give those parts back. So you have to be careful about what you send where, because sometimes it's better just to send it to a local watchmaker and say, "Hey, I want this watch done this way. I don't want the dial replaced. I don't want this done. I want it functional, and I want all the parts back."
Does anybody have any links that they want me to pull up? Just put them in the private chat, and then I can grab the link and post it.
oh well, I don't have a link to it, but my
Or I
favorite,
can pull it up. What
yeah,
is it?
my favorite watch is the Cartier Tank.
Oh, very popular watch.
So what you talking about, Trish? The patina on the dial is turned
Ah,
plastic.
wow. Okay, you like, dang, Lionel.
Yeah. So yeah, what Super Trish talking about when they replace the dial, that patina on a time period watch, you can tell that it's older because that patina had time
Mm-hmm.
to age, to set in.
Which
And
one? Which one is it?
I like the maroon. I like the gold. Right, so down right there, the Tank Solo.
Tank. So this one right here. Okay.
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
that's my
Let's
favorite
take a
watch.
look at it.
It's minimalistic. It's classic. It's timeless.
Ooh,
That's my favorite watch.
dang, man. I know this is some high class shit, man.
Now
I
that's not an
definitely
everyday
could.
watch.
No,
That is
I was gonna say you
that
can't
is
wear this every day.
no, that is not. It's more of an evening watch.
Damn. Look at that.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
first
What?
first
Oh,
time
there
I
you go.
seen it. Yeah, first time I seen that watch, I was like, yo, that's my favorite watch.
Yeah, there's some high post there's some high post stuff here, Lionel. You're
Yeah.
talking 5,500 bucks. Let's check the movements on it. Let's see if there's any. There we go. Let's see. Doesn't really. It doesn't really say much on the specs
Maybe you need
in
to
terms
click on
of
user guide.
movement. User guide. Okay, wait. There we go. View more. All right. Let's see here. Gold still time setting. Wait, yeah, English. Where is the user guide? Yeah. Strap. No, that's just strap adjustment. Time setting. Here we go.
To adjust the time on your watch, pull the crown
wow,
out a
dude.
notch.
Dude, that is some stuff right there, dude. What the hell? Did you see that?
You peep the voice they use too. It's
Yeah,
like
I was like,
right.
whoa. Well, it doesn't have really the specs on it, but the watch itself, just in terms of the quality, man. Damn, yeah. Hold on. Here
Yeah,
it is.
outside, my number 2 favorite watch is the Rolex Day Date.
Rolex.
Day Date.
Also known as the presidential.
Mm-hmm.
Which metal do you like, Lionel?
I like gold, but
Oh,
gold
wait.
Rolex is so not overrated, but overdone. So
Too
I'm more
conspicuous for you?
yeah, it's like, oh, you got a gold Rolex, Day Date. So, and I think Ric Flair wore this watch too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes.
This is the one he rocked right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
which
Ric
one?
Flair spoke extensively about his Rolex.
Yeah. Which
Oh
one?
yeah, he was famous for that gold Rolex.
He was
Rolex
all
he wore.
about that gold Rolex, yo.
So see now the one on the far right, that blue face, that's platinum. I could look at that immediately and tell that's platinum.
It is 40 millimeter platinum. Which one, Lionel?
I would go to the two-tone because everybody, the gold Rolex is so everybody.
Now, unfortunately,
yeah.
you can't get a two-tone day date anymore. You have to go to a date just. So
Yeah.
basically, a date just is like a day date, but without the day complication. So at the 12 o'clock position, you notice that there's the day that you can see.
The day up at the top. Yep.
On a date just there is no date at the top. It's just the date on the actual side of the watch. And the
So they
actual
don't have
band
the
itself is a little bit
two-tone?
differently. So with the actual date just, well, okay, this particular band they call it the presidential band, but
Mhm.
the date just has two options. It has the Jubilee band, or it has the oyster band. And so you can probably look at that watch. You actually see the difference in those two types of bands.
Huh.
I think the actual date, just it looks a little bit more dressy. I think.
Which one is which?
No, these are all day dates.
Yeah.
You have to actually go back and pick a
okay.
different watch.
You got to go back. Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
With the date just, it says in the name, it's just the date.
Yeah, let's see here. Date just.
Right there, far left.
That's one right here.
That's a Jubilee band on it right there.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. Damn. Look at it. It's got diamonds in that bitch. Okay,
Well, I mean, those are options too.
I know, but wait. All right, yeah,
No
like
diamonds
this
for
one.
me. No
diamonds, dude.
diamonds.
That's you stunting at this point. Which one?
So okay, as you see right there, that's the far left is actually a diamond bezel.
Yeah.
With the oyster band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the middle is a fluted bezel.
Yeah.
With the actual Jubilee band.
Right here.
That's the most common configuration is the fluted bezel with the Jubilee band. I
think this is the one I always see. Right here.
Now that actual bezel itself is white gold, believe it or not.
It is, yeah. It's right here. Oyster steel and white gold.
Yeah, and white gold bezel. Now you can also get yellow gold bezel with yellow gold center links on a Jubilee bracelet.
Hold on, let's see. Yep, right here.
Yep.
Ever rose gold. Oyster steel and Ever rose gold. Yep. But that's the one. That's diamond.
Ever rose gold is Rolex's proprietary blend for rose gold. It has a copper and has some other metals in it.
Like I think it's like I forgot what it is. This one over here though, I think this one, oyster steel and yellow gold. This is the was it the two color with the
two-tone with the
fluted bezel.
That's the one. That's the one. Quintessential date just that you see in the movies. Champagne dial.
Yep.
Bar indices. Fluted
Sopranos,
bezel, Jubilee band. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one I want. I love that.
I can see, like I said, this is the stuff I can admire from afar. I cannot wear this, but I can. I'm with y'all on just the craftsmanship and the quality. This just
I'm not a real big fan. I'm not a real big fan of the gold watches like that. Although I met a brother when I was like 19 years old. He had this solid gold Rolex, and this guy was like the hell did he do? He was like an MLM or something like that, but this dude was making a lot of damn money. I remember
you got to dress the part, right?
Well, he pulled up in this bronze color Lexus LS, and he had and I remember when he was speaking, I just looked right at his wrist, and that damn Rolex on his wrist was just blinging. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah.
That's a little too ostentatious for me. I'm not a real big fan of that, but I know that's more Super Triz style.
Now for the dials, I'm not a fan of the ocean blue, the forest green dials on Rolex. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not saying I don't like it. For my style, that's not me.
Now, if you want to see a nice watch, now let me ask you this, Lionel. Have you seen this watch? Go back to the watches to pick the watches. Let's see if Lionel knows this watch.
Actually, like that. I like that model you just had up on the screen there for a second.
That's it right there. Okay, now, well, it just flashed you there. But
wait, we got to go down here, right here.
Okay, now, right there, the Sky Dweller.
The Sky Dweller.
Sky Dweller.
Ooh, look at that.
Now, see, I like that one because it has the fluted bezel, but it has the addition.
Yeah, look at that. That's interesting.
24-hour time complication. Now, this
right there in the middle.
Now, click on the arrow to the right.
This one?
No, the arrow to the right. The arrow. Arrow to the right. See, you got the band options as well. So I want to make sure Lionel saw that. Now, it doesn't come with a Jubilee band, but you can get the Oyster band on it if you want a metal bracelet, as opposed to the Oyster Flex silicone bracelet. Now,
I do kind of like those rubber bracelets that were on the other models.
That's what I like. That's my style. I like the rubber bracelets on all my watches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? People don't normally change the bracelets. They just rock it however, but putting a different bracelet on actually
that changes it, man. It makes it bring out different features. Yeah.
And you know what the beauty of it is that there's an aftermarket available. So what I would do, this is what I would recommend, right? buy the Rolex or buy the watch with the metal bracelet. Now, remember, this can only be done with watches that don't have an integrated bracelet. You have an integrated bracelet, it becomes more difficult to switch out the bands.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have an actual Rolex like this, you can buy it with the metal bracelet, right? Then as soon as you get it, you take off that bracelet and you get an aftermarket, silicone or rubber band that you can wear it on a daily basis. If you want to switch back to the metal band, you could do that. But it's much easier to buy with a metal band and buy an aftermarket silicone band than it is to buy with a silicone band and then try to get aftermarket metal bracelet.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we try to do it that way. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Look at that. Perpetual.
That's a beautiful watch right
there. Yeah. I mean, like I said,
but here's the problem.
Watches, I can't put this on my arm, man, but I appreciate the hell out of the craftsmanship, man.
And that's a 20K plus watch right there.
Yeah.
That watch gonna set you back. That Sky Bill is no joke.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Well, we were talking about earlier when we started the live stream. Like, these have to be viewed as investments.
No, absolutely.
These have to be viewed. You can insure this stuff. Okay, this is stuff that you can actually take a policy out on. This type of stuff that actually increases the value of it.
I have a policy on my necklace. So like anything over a certain amount of money, I'm getting a policy on it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. It's like that. That's why it's an investment vehicle, because at a certain point, depending on its value, right, you can insure it, right? So then now that means you do have another financial vehicle attached to its value, right? To it, it's almost like a store of value in a sense.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's part of the conversation that oftentimes, what a lot of brothers don't understand. Like you mentioned Richard Fain earlier,
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things that actually initially drew me to his channel. Wasn't necessarily because he had the Ferrari and stuff, was because I came across a video where he was talking about he does a lot of he resells Rolexes and stuff like that. He's in the luxury watch resale market, and that's how he said he started out with some of his initial investments was just going into that, and he made a lot of money doing that.
Yep.
So, again, these are all not just collector pieces, but these are all great sources of investment as well.
Now, because my past profession was a submariner, I was actually I would get a Rolex Submariner just because of that, because I have that prestige. Like, I was a Submariner, and I'm wearing a Rolex Submariner. That to me, I think that would be pretty cool.
Rolex Submariner.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me see here. Rolex Submariner. There we go. Now this is the one that I typically it comes to mind when I think Rolex. I always think Submariner, because I think this is their most utilitarian watch.
Well, right? It's their most popular, one of their most popular models.
Popular ones too, yeah.
Because the actual price, if you can get this watch at MSRP, it's a deal for a Rolex, because MSRP you're talking about $9,000 or so dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And now bear in mind that this is a stainless steel sports model, so it's very popular. And oftentimes, like say for instance, that one in the middle with the black dial and the green bezel.
This one right here.
They call the Rolex Submariner Kermit. That's like the
Kermit, right? Yeah, the green, right?
Yeah. Good luck getting that.
You said good luck getting it.
Yeah,
let's
good luck getting that.
Can we order it? Let's see.
No,
$9,550.
You can walk in the dealership with the cash money. You're not walking out with that Rolex.
Why?
Because it's in such high demand. They generally reserve those watches for their repeat loyal customers.
Mm-hmm.
So people that just want to walk in and get it, oftentimes what you have to do is you have to buy stuff you don't want to buy. So what they're going to do is they're going to tell you, they're going to have you buy a ladies date just, or like some type of obscure Omega that doesn't sell well.
And then you can get this.
Yeah, after you bought like 10 watches that you don't want, then they'll let you get that.
God damn.
That's how they do.
No, and Triz is absolutely correct in that regard. Most of these watches were designed specifically for the enthusiasts and for their loyal and for the most loyal customers.
Hold on one second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna just do this because I have to. I haven't dropped the link in a while, so let me do this, and then I'll pull the screen back
Yeah,
up.
I actually did drop a couple links in the
Did you
back
drop?
chat.
Okay, I see them in the back. Hold on. Let me grab them and pull them up.
Seiko make good watches too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
we're
know, a
gonna
lot of
check out
people
some
don't,
Seiko.
you know, people don't realize, but Seiko is very famous for really their dive watches, but also too because they make many of the movements that you find typically in a lot of the mid for companies that are new that can't
Mhm.
afford to buy the Swiss movements like the ETAs and some of the caliber movements or whatever, you know, they generally go to Seiko and they can usually find some of their lower end Miyota movements and stuff like that they
Mhm.
can put in sort of lower end mid tier watches and stuff. And a lot of companies, a lot of newer companies tend to get their start doing that, is that they will go to Seiko to get them to make some of the lower end mid tier movements for them before because buying the Swiss, you know, again, the Swiss movements are the gold standard of the industry, but they
Mhm.
tend to be very expensive and stuff like that. Although in recent years, probably in the last decade or so, you kind of seen the Chinese kind of try to move into that territory,
Yeah,
but
we were
the
talking about that. Yeah.
yeah, the Swiss movements are for the most part still the gold standard, although Grand Seiko will be a very, very close second. The Seiko movements, excuse me.
All
Now,
right.
just bear in mind that Seiko has a group. So Seiko Group, as a watch group, they also hold Seiko, Grand Seiko, Creedor,
Citizen.
Pulsar, Loris, Alba, and Orient watches. No, and the Citizen is a different group.
Yeah, no, no,
Citizen has
no.
their own
Mhm.
group of watches
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I was thinking of something else. You're right.
So Citizen has Bulova.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know
Citizen
that?
has below. Yeah.
Citizen is Bulova, and I think they have and I'm sure everybody has seen these advertisements on Facebook and Instagram for Frederic Constant.
Yep.
That's
Mm.
Citizen. That's part of Citizen Group.
Now this is the one. This is the Omega right here. Dr. Phoenix, the moon.
Yeah, this
What's
was
this? The Moon Watch.
this. Yep.
Speedmaster. I'm sorry.
This was the one that was originally worn by the astronauts on the Apollo 11. So.
Now that particular
Wow.
watch model. Let's do an exercise.
Okay.
Look on that website and see what the MSRP for that watch is. I'm gonna blow your mind real quick.
Let's take a looky loo.
Probably got to go down the catalog where it says catalog. Go to that.
Well, first of all, look at the box. God damn. Man, that is some cold packaging right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Better get a presentation.
Let's see. Discover the watch. Maybe we can get some pricing.
Now, that's a nice presentation.
Okay, there we go. $5,350.
Now check this out. You can get a used
but it's
one.
not currently available.
No, but hold on. On the used market, and we're talking about, like, if you're looking at when I look at used watches, I only look at very good condition. And so that particular watch can be had for about $3,900 in very good condition. With box and papers.
Wow.
So if you're trying to save a couple of dollars, you know, for Omegas in particular, among some other brands, a lot of times they can be had with a discount. Even at the dealerships themselves, you can go to the actual authorized dealerships, and oftentimes you can actually, you know, bargain with them and get that particular watch or other watches from that manufacturer for a discount. It's very possible.
Hey, brother, you got an echo.
Hold on one second. Yeah, wait, that might be over here. Hold on one second. Let me do this, and then let me do this over here. I'm gonna. Yeah, it was a little bit of an echo. It might be on my side. Let me try to do something.
Am I still echoing now?
No, you sound good. I'm not sure if it's just an echo that Dr. Phoenix hears. Because if that's the case, it might be on my end. So let me see if I can figure it out. But go ahead. You sound good though. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that you know, as you start looking for watches, know the market, do some market research, and find out what's the best value for your dollar. First of all, decide what you want the watch for. Do you need the entire new watch buying experience from the authorized dealer, or are you okay with getting the watch on the gray market at a discount?
Right.
Because something like, say, for instance, if you're buying your first, you're buying your first Patek watch, right? Maybe you want to go to the dealer, you want the whole experience, you know. And then after you've got the dealer experience, then after that, you feel like, okay, now I can just go buy used watches from now on. Just depends on the person.
Let's see here. I'm trying to look to see Swiss made.
Now Omega makes their own movements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
No. Omega is a well-respected watchmaker, right? And the issue with what plagues Omega is that they have entry-level watches. As we saw, the price of that watch was $5,000.
Ooh, wait a minute. Look at that with the nylon band. Oh,
the NATO straps.
See, look at that.
It's like every time, it's like the nylon strap does it for me. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah, no, I think, to what Super Triz was saying, I think Omega, if you're looking to kind of move into that arena where you're going into that higher end luxury watch, I think Omega is probably a good place to start out at. You can even start out with some of the lower end Seikos or even Grand Seikos to a lesser extent.
I'm gonna bring up that Seiko link in just a sec. I'm just looking at how it looks. See, because when I always look at watches like this right here, right, I'm like, oh man, that's just too much for my wrist, right? But then when I take that same watch and I throw it on a band like this or like this, I'm like, now wait a minute.
Yeah, and that was what I think that was what Lionel was saying earlier, and that's really sort of, one of the things about watches is that you changing out the bands. Like for me, my watches, I change all the bands myself. I have a whole case and kit and everything.
Me too. I got a kit too.
That I do all that myself. If I need to resize watches, I do all of that stuff myself.
Wow, look at
that. The red looks like a band that belongs on a Timex Weekender.
Which one?
The bright one.
Now, complex. Hold on, complex.
What's up?
Now, these bands are getting a lot more colorful as you go right. Pretty soon you're gonna have a rainbow band. I don't know what
no, these are all these are nationality bands. Like this is China. These are all these are nationality bands right here. That's French. Watch, here's was it Germany, Italy, Sweden. That's
San Francisco.
No, that's
no. Stop.
Right, Brazil. I forgot. That's Israel? That's whatchamacallit, Norway. Yeah, these are all nationality bands. Damn, this is dope, man.
We need a band for the community.
A community band. Hold on.
You need the populace.
What's going on, Sir Obadiah? What's good?
Oh,
man?
hold on. We got Mike V in the chat. What's up, Mike V?
Oh, snap.
Our movement is in the building.
Mike V, what's going on, man?
Snap. Because he does the watch thing. He does the horology thing.
Yeah, those bands reminded me of the Timex Weekender. And Timex Weekender is a cheap watch. Well, it's a less expensive watch, but it's a fun watch.
Can you drop that link, Lionel? I'll pull it up. Or that's okay. I'll look it up. I'll look it up after we look at this.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Some of these prices for these Grand Seikos might hurt some. It's gonna hurt some brothers.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna feel it in your bones.
Yeah.
When you actually go to the manufacturer for Grand Seiko, you may be kind of blown away by some of the prices. But if you go to the used market for Grand Seiko, you actually find some affordable pieces in very good condition.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
wait a
and
minute.
that's where channels like Urban Gentry come into play.
Yeah.
They he's very good at hunting down a lot of those timeless pieces that were always in demand, and he's been very good at him and a few other guys out there very good at that. Now
What's his
I
name?
did put up
Oh,
a
go ahead.
link in the chat for general watch site that people should just watch if you just kind of new to the whole watch world, horology world, whatever. A blog to watch. That's actually a solid one if you just don't know anything about watches and maybe you just need some information or whatever.
Yeah,
What's his
like I
name?
said,
The Long Island Watch guy. It's another guy on YouTube, the Long Island Watch guy. I think that's his name.
the Long Island Watch guy. So the dude is his name's Jory Goodman. His channel's called The Time Teller, and so he's another dude that just does watch reviews and all that stuff. And I think he has his own like company that does stuff also.
For me, watches were always about the movement. For me, like I understand, that you always have your models that are really like your staple pieces and stuff like that. But for me, I was always fascinated with the movements. And I think a good example of that, if you guys ever seen the Watchmen movie and you saw how they went through the story of how Dr. Manhattan came to be, and he was telling the story when he was a kid and his father was a watchmaker, and his father just kind of showed him, making watches was about order and about really just this discipline and this order that took place, and how you just had to put all these very small pieces in the exact place, and it was just kind of interesting,
Right.
Yeah.
Now, which one of these watches has the LAR movement in it?
Woo, that's a shot. That's a shot. Don't do it, man.
Which one specifically we're gonna take a look at here? You said one of these is gonna hurt some feelings. Which one? What feelings we want to? Which watch we want to look at first?
Okay, go back up. Let's look at the Heritage collection.
Heritage. All right. Okay. Well, 5,200, 5,000.
Those are nice. Let's say I like the one on the far left, the one that's 9,700.
Let's see here. Let's take a look. Limited 1,000 pieces. Okay.
You know what? I'm not a fan of the band.
You're not feeling the band?
And I'm not feeling the band.
What's the issue with the band? Now, I'm not a metal band guy at all, right? But I'm just curious, like what is it?
Now, it's the devil is in the details. Now, if you look at the center links, right?
Yeah.
On the lateral aspects of the center links, you have an additional creep line that runs the entire length of it. Right? That makes the band a little bit too busy for me. I'd rather it be all one texture, and I rather the band looks a little bit too polished. Like I'd rather have like maybe
okay, I see what you're saying because the bezel looks brushed.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
and
yes,
then this looks
metal.
well, wait a minute. I think there's some grainage right here. I want to say this might be the picture.
No, but now look at the bottom. Look at the bottom links.
The bottom. Okay.
See
I
how
see
shiny they are?
what you're saying. Yeah, there's a bit of variation between this and this. It kind of looks like they put the wrong band on the
It does look like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then that crease line down the center. Now look at this band. That band, you have the crease line. It's a little bit more subtle. Oh, but that's on the back of the band. That's the reason why.
Yeah, that's the back.
Well, this is the back. Let me switch it back to the front. There you go.
Yeah. Now look at that. Go back to the back. Right back to the back real quick.
Hold on, and I can make the picture. Is that, or do I need to make it smaller?
No, that's
okay. So, all right, go ahead.
So that crease line that you see right there, you can see it really good now. I think it makes the band too busy. I'd rather it be just one smooth surface consistently throughout that actual center link.
Are you talking about these right here? These two?
Yeah, that little.
Yeah, it looks a little unnecessary. It kind of throws the look off to me, anyway.
Especially on the front.
Okay, hold on.
And zoom in on the front. It looks like it's cheap.
What lines are they trying to follow with these? I'm trying to. What is it? You know what I mean?
There's no continuity with the line.
Yeah.
It doesn't emanate from anywhere. It just comes out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
You think it's just kind of just thrown in there just for some aesthetic?
Yeah, like
Okay.
You could, if you could take this, would look a lot more flush. It would look more subdued without these. This right here kind of just, yeah, I see what you're saying, Triz. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
especially considering the fact if you look at the actual bezel itself, you have a smooth bezel. There's no demarcation of the bezel.
That's what I was like. Where is the contour?
I
Where does
agree,
this follow?
I agree with you guys' critique. I think the band is a little too busy. The bezel is perfect in my opinion. You know, it's
But
very-
you know what?
This part is good. I switch the band out and we're talking about something. If we
But
put a
now
nylon
that
band
I
on
look at
this
the watch
one,
up close, I think I see a little bit of continuity, although the execution is poor. If you look at the actual indices,
yeah.
the indices have additional lines in them. I don't think those are necessary, but they're there.
Yeah, it still doesn't tie into each other.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little too busy. Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's see here.
Especially for an understated watch. The watch is supposed to be understated.
Yeah.
If there's another band, then shoot, because like that bezel part is slick, man. Yeah.
Well, see, the reason why I think they did that to the band is because they don't want to be accused of copying the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Remember when I showed you the Oyster Perpetual?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, matter of fact, hold that watch right there. Leave it right there. Now look up Rolex Oyster Perpetual.
Rolex Oyster.
No. Matter of fact, just go to the Rolex site. Just go straight to Rolex. Just Rolex by itself.
Oh,
And
wait,
look
hold
up
on.
the Oyster Perpetual on the site.
Right here.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. This one right here.
Now you see how that watch is? See how it's executed?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yep.
Hold on, let me pull it up. And
Now
let's
see-
let's see if we can get it. Oh, what
And
the heck?
that people is the mark of a high quality watch. Is the
Wow.
loom. Typically, cheap watches have very weak loom.
They do.
All right, there you go.
That
See it?
doesn't last a while.
You see
Now,
it?
now look at that band. Look at the brush work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
you don't see the
That
busyness.
band belongs on this watch.
Yeah. But see, they can't do the band like that because then they'll be accused of because it already looks like an Oyster Perpetual. Only difference is that the bezel itself is not highly polished on the Seiko. Now the Rolex Oyster Perpetual has a polished bezel.
Hold on 1 second here. Okay, no one's in the chat right now.
Now, if you go back to the Oyster Perpetual and go to the configure option, I want to show you something. I want to show you something so simple, right? But really makes a difference. Now, of course, get the 41 millimeter.
Okay.
We're not gonna play any games. We're gonna go straight to the 41.
No games played.
No games played. Now click right again. Right. Go to now right here. Stop right there. Now see, that is the most popular model of this particular watch. In that you buy this watch now, you're able to sell it in that configuration right there for 11,000.
What the hell? And it's only 59?
Do you know why you can sell it in that configuration for 11,000? Can anybody on the panel guess why? That particular configuration sells for so much.
This particular one. Let's see. Let me get some information on it. There's nothing there. All right.
Outside of the color, I don't know.
I was going to say outside of...
The color is the key. I'm gonna give you a hint. The color is the key.
It must.
That's what sells. That's what sells.
It must be a specific type of color or Rolex.
Why does that color sell?
Is it
I'm gonna show you
because?
why.
Is
Why?
it because the?
I'll
is
tell
it
you why it
because-
sells. I'll tell you why it sells.
Tell me why it sells.
It sells because of the quality of it. And once you look at a certain color that you like, it becomes, ecstatic with it.
I think it has something. But
I mean, that's a good guess, but that's not the particular reason why. I'm gonna show you why.
Show me.
Okay. Now,
Does it have to do with the watch face itself? What they use to color it?
the face? Okay, hold that watch. Now, what I want you to do, Complex, open up another window with Rolex in it. Leave that window open, but open up another window with Rolex. Another tab with Rolex.
yeah, I did.
Another
Which one?
Rolex tab. Yeah, there
It
you
is.
go. Okay, now go to day date. Go to the Rolex Day-Date model and configure.
Day-Date. Oh wait. Which one?
Day-Date.
I know
On the
which
far
one.
right.
Far right. This one right
Now
here.
look on the far right. Click on that watch.
Oh, I see why.
Oh, I see that. I see why you're saying that. Yeah, I got you now.
It looks like
It's
a
like my
Day-Date.
original
40.
thing, but you know.
What does the price say? Go to
Wait, you
configure.
said, okay, yeah, configure.
Configure the price.
Okay, select. We're doing this one.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, and then we're selecting it.
But what does the price say?
On request.
On
It's
request.
on request.
Yeah.
Uh,
And if you gotta ask,
If you gotta ask.
You can't afford it.
now, hold that picture right there. Go
Yeah.
back to the other watch and look at the difference.
Uh-oh.
It looks
See,
I
with
see
the
the
untrained
difference.
eye, you can cap a little bit and act
So
like you got a
wait. So
platinum
you're
logo.
capping? Wait,
Yeah,
your
I
Ro-
see
your-
that.
wait,
I
your
see that. Now
Rolex
that's
capping.
fake. That looks fake, man.
Your Rolex capping. That's what's going on right now.
It's still a Rolex though.
I know. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
Lord.
We Rolex capping. I see.
Yeah.
You can fake the funk with a Rolex.
That's a damn shame.
But I mean,
I
think
never
about
knew
this
this.
though, right?
This is the high.
To
You know,
achieve
this is
that look,
this is
look,
high
typically
level.
the
This is
ice
elite
dial-
stunning, by the way. You guys know this, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is elite level stunning. Okay, go ahead, Tris.
Well,
It's high level
typically the ice
game.
dials are reserved for platinum models of Rolex. Like even the Rolex Daytona
Mm-hmm.
comes with the ice blue dial for its platinum model. So to get it to be able to get a watch that's not platinum, but have a dial that mimics that of the platinum
Yeah.
Rolex at 11,000 is still a bargain.
Yeah,
Because
high value
Wow.
stunting. That's what this is. High value stunting.
$7 granule style.
Yeah, 7 granule stunting. Jeez, hold on.
Hilarious.
All right, let's see here. We haven't had any comments in a while, man. Are we still live or something?
We are.
Okay, all right, just making sure. I guess everybody's just kind of geeking out on the watch talk. Do we have any other links to look up?
right now?
Oh, they're taking notes. Okay, got it. All right, we're learning something. Great.
Yo, so if you go back to the Grand Seiko website, I want you to check out the Masterpiece collection.
Okay, let me pull that back up right here. Let's see here. And then we'll paste it. Okay, and then let me go ahead and share it again.
That Dr. Phoenix mentioned long jeans. And I don't know if in y'all area, but in Chicago, the old players used to have old long jeans, man.
Yeah. I grew up in Chicago, so I know a lot of the old school cats used to have Bulova and long jeans back in the
Man,
day.
they go long jeans with pimpers. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. Which collection was it?
Check out the Masterpiece. So, what is it? Is it up
What is
there?
it? In the Heritage?
No. Go back up. No, go back up.
Elegant?
No. Go back. Go back. Scroll up.
Oh, all the way up.
It's Masterpiece. Right
Masterpiece.
there.
Oh, Masterpiece collection. Okay, this is all of them. All right. Let's see here. Yikes! My heart just jumped out of my chest.
Yeah, and the reason I just wanted you to go there really quickly is because I think a lot of people, people think of Seiko, they just kind of think of sort of your department store type watches. You go into Macy's or some jewelry stores or whatever, and you might see them in there. But those are generally your lower tier Seikos, and once you kind of go into the realm of the Grand Seiko, that's when you really start to get into those very specialized movements, because Seiko makes movements that are specifically only used by Grand Seiko. None of their other brands use it.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, Seiko and Grand Seiko are now, as of 2017, separate companies. Like Rolex and Tudor. Rolex and Tudor were kind of like one and the same, but now they're separate. For decades. But Rolex, but Grand Seiko and Seiko are separate companies as well.
Yeah, Tudor does a lot of motorsport marketing.
Yeah. Tudor does their own in-house movements as well.
We should look up some Tudor watches here in a bit.
No, absolutely.
Now, see, my only complaint about the Tudor watches is that I don't like when watchmakers offer a precious metal variant of the watch that's plated. Like,
check out that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Triz. My bad.
no, I was just gonna say, like, Tudor has, gold tone watches that are gold plated, and I just don't like that. I rather them just either you have the precious metal or you don't have it all stainless steel, or if you're gonna have gold, make it solid gold, or at least have a solid gold bezel, but don't plate anything. I don't want anything plated.
Which one, Dr. Phoenix?
Check out the one with the blue strap.
This one right here?
Yep. Mm-hmm. The one that's
dude limited to 10 pieces.
They got some ice in it.
Yeah.
That's just
yeah. So
sick.
I can see Lionel doing this one, man. I can see Lionel.
I don't mind a watch with some diamonds on the bezel. I'm not one of these kind of guys that the band got to be diamond out, nothing like that. But a little bit of flash.
Look at Doc.
God. Just a little. You call this just a little bit, Dr. Phoenix? This, like I said, this right here. This is how you stunt on the dudes who wear the stuff on the outside of the bezel.
Yeah,
that's a damn
right.
Shame.
Yeah, the guys who wear all the stuff on the outside, right? And you're like, bro, look, I keep it on the
that's
inside.
fake, dog.
I keep it on the inside, fam. I keep it on the inside, okay?
Well, like if you go to, for example, I had mentioned it. I threw it up in the chat earlier, but if you go to like Zenith and you go to some of their, like you can find Zenith watches, for example, on Amazon. You can find some around the $20,000-$30,000 mark, but once you start to get into what they're really known for, their tourbillon movements, you're getting into that 100,000, 200, 200,000 range or whatever, and so that just kind of is what it is. But you don't really see. Well, at least I haven't seen Grand Seiko's. Well, this is a newer model right here, so this is limited. So.
Yeah, the back end is just, wow.
So we got 56 jewels in this movement, and just for general reference, typically the more jewels that a automatic movement has, the more fluid that hand sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
So what the jewels do is that the jewels they actually are at friction points, and they smooth out that friction. So wherever there's movement at, like a fulcrum of some sort or like a joint of some sort, they place a jewel there because it minimizes the friction as those parts move.
Here you go. All spring drive movements.
I know Super Triz mentioned no gold plated watch. I remember I bought when I was younger a gold plated bracelet, and I found that was gold plated. I was so disappointed. Because over time that gold plate just rubbed off, and it was disappointing, man.
Well, check this out. Check this out. So my mom and my dad went on a cruise, right? My dad came back from the cruise with a gold chain, right? And you know about them cruise gold neck jewelry. Right?
You buy those duty free shops.
Listen, I went to school with that chain on, right? Everybody was like, "Oh man, that chain's so tight," right?
Somebody's neck turned green.
My neck. Listen, I look like a damn leprechaun when it was all said and done.
Somebody's neck turned green.
Yeah, you definitely got to stay away from those, like when you're in the airports or even the especially the cruise ships. You go on those cruise ships because they put a lot of watch stores on cruise ships. If anyone not familiar with it,
unless you're in Dubai. Now Dubai duty free, they actually sell Rolexes.
Yeah,
genuine Rolex.
Yeah. But definitely stay away from those. If you're ever on a cruise, stay away from those watch shops on those cruise ships. They're pretty damn cheap.
So this is all of their
yeah, these are all their movements. Yep.
All their movements right here.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
That look nice.
Yeah. Is there any other watch brands to look up here?
Yeah, like I said,
or any other watches, Dr. Phoenix, you want to check out on
no. I know some other brothers want to bring up some of the stuff that they wanted to show off. So no, go ahead.
Well, Lionel keeps talking about Longines.
Yeah, let's make a Longines because I actually do like.
Now you guys know Longines is part of the SWAT group.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull that up. Spell that for me.
SWAT has like Cisco and
LONGINES.
LONGINES.
Yeah, and I like me and Dr. Phoenix said, you know, in Chicago, the old school players used to wear the all gold Longines watches.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm bringing it up right now.
Yeah, when they weren't wearing the Longines, they were wearing the Bulovas. Those used to be a very pop. Those two brands were very popular among some of the old school cats in Chicago.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, that's solid. I like that.
I like. Which one, Lionel?
I don't know the brand. Well, not the brand, but the model. I just knew it was it. You know what, Dr. Phoenix maybe tell you better.
Let's see. Go to the men's watches because I can't remember. I really can't remember a lot of
Okay, we go by look.
Yeah. And the only reason I have brought up Longines earlier because I think if you're really starting to get into this world of sort of, you know, higher end luxury watch brands, I think Longines is also a good place to start. You know, because I mean, you I think Hamilton is also another good one as well.
Wait, go back up.
Which one?
A little bit more. Right there, that blue one to the far right with the little
right
man.
No,
down.
This one.
Yeah, directly to the one with the green
Master
face.
Collection.
Is that a moon phase?
I think so. I think that's a moon phase right there. Hold on. That looks like it.
Oh no, that's something else. It's not a moon phase.
I think that's the
Is that a power reserve?
The
power reserve.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that lets you know how much stored energy is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have on a watch. I actually like that power reserve.
Okay.
But I really
that's the nice one. This is the one with the moon phase right here.
That's a nice.
Yeah, that one.
Wait, which one is this one?
The one you're just looking at is their part of their master collection. Looks like.
Yeah, but these are two different. Look, there's this one, and then there's what? Like I'm trying to figure out.
That has several complications on it.
Yeah, this isn't the same watch though.
Go back to that main page with all the watches. We can probably get to it.
All right, let's see here. And then it was men's watches. Okay, let's see. It wasn't that one.
No.
It was. Oh wait, shoot. No, it wasn't that one.
No.
Wasn't that one. Wait.
Nope,
no.
It's not that one. That was nice.
What the hell? Look at that.
That's for when when you got your hands
aviation on the watch. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So you won't be have to take your hands
off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Let's wait. Which one? Dang, they got a bunch of watches, dude.
That was a nice one too, right?
Wait. Which one? This one?
No, the one to the left of it.
Oh, that's a moon phase too.
This one?
Yeah, that's a moon phase too.
Wait, Dr. Phoenix, this one right here?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You know what? You listen. If you want to stay on the main page, but then open up the page, press Control, then click on whatever you're doing. It'll open another tab.
Okay, no, I was just trying to find like the actual watch that they were talking about because we had to go back and find it.
Well, that's definitely that must be a newer model. I haven't seen a Longines like that one in a while.
There you go. Are these diamonds?
Yeah, those are like diamonds at the dial markers.
Dang.
That's Longines. That's Longines. They'll put jewelry in there.
Good God.
Yeah, this is why the old school cats used to wear back.
Yeah. Look at my watch, bro.
Wait, hold on. I want to see this. Let's see. Although it's cool looking at high-end watches, average males aren't spending several grand on a timepiece. Therefore, I feel as though we should look at low-end watches with great value. Therefore, we should look at Elgin's, Belugas, Seikos, Timexes, and Invictus. I mean, we're looking at
Hold on,
Classic
I
everything.
want
chat.
to
No,
respond to that
no,
conflict.
no. That
I
that
want to
that
Uh-oh.
respond to that.
definition is
You
an
just insulted a
oxymoron.
bunch of
Yeah.
horologists,
I want to
man, with
respond to
that
that
one.
real quick.
Oh
If you don't
wow.
mind.
Uh
Can I
oh.
respond to
I
that?
dare. I.
Yikes.
Can I respond to that?
You got it.
So Derek, as I said earlier, right? Watches in this day and age is not a necessity.
You had to hear how we preface
we have
this.
our cell phones to kill time. So when we buy a watch, it's meant to make a statement. If we want to save money, then we just don't buy a watch at all. We just don't wear a watch because we have our cell phones to tell time. So when we invest in a watch, we want a piece of some significance that makes a statement and is an extension of our own personalities. We're not buying watches necessarily to impress anybody, but it's more or less something that invokes an intrinsic feeling, like something that it has a sentimental value beyond its actual function.
Hey, you guys continue with this. I just got to step away for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
now for
All
me,
right. Okay.
I've always said a few times in this here, I said I like the Timex Weekender because it's a less expensive watch, a very, very much less expensive watch, but it's minimalistic, it's cool, it's fun. It's fun basically. So that's just me. But I do also like, I do like what you just said, Super Triz, on watches that show your personality on your wrist.
Yeah, and you know what? In all honesty, none of us on here are average, nor do we aspire to be average. I mean, if you look at the actual channel itself, the Black Brain Trust, obviously, if we wanted to be run of the mill Black manosphere, the content would be vastly different, right? We will focus on women and interpersonal dynamics between men and women in relationships. The channel will grow exponentially, and we be a lot more inclusive as far as our viewership. But that's not our actual business model here. We're actually talking to men. We actually network with men who want more. $55,000, $75,000 a year. I mean, that's fine. No shot at men who make that kind of money, but that's not enough for us for various reasons, whether it be for conspicuous consumption or whether it be to position your lineage, so that way they're actually the ones being the architects of the fates for others. Because as I've said many times before, we're living in realities created by someone else. So from that standpoint, finances is a way to actually position yourself or your lineage to actually be the ones who's making the position, not the money itself, but the money creates options. And so with that actual income, comes the ability to buy things that you want and don't necessarily need. Like, I don't need a watch. I don't think anybody here needs a watch. Everybody here has a cell phone.
Right.
But we want watches. And if it's a watch I want, it's not going to be a Seiko, a Timex. It's not going to be an Invicta, maybe a vintage Invicta back in their heyday. But
Yeah.
I don't want a 92 millimeter, a 45-pound Invicta Venom GT from QVC Shopping Network. I mean, come on.
No, you're absolutely correct, Triz. Earlier in the stream, I had said that one of my regular everyday watches is a Bulova. I wear a Bulova Precisionist as one of my regular everyday watch, but even that watch, I think it will still be out of reach. You can't find it anymore because it was a limited edition, this particular model I got. But when I brought it many years ago, and I spent like about $1,000 on it. So, again, is something that I didn't necessarily need because I have smartwatches too. I have quite a few smartwatches, but nonetheless, this just comes back to, these are things that I like to have because people notice them. And because when I wear this, I make a statement. And this is also one of the things that, if we go back to the discussion a few days ago, we were talking about healthcare professions, and I think Super Trades, you made the point about, you know, you're on the floor, you see what some of these physicians wear and stuff like that. Like, I've been on the floors with physicians walk in wearing Gucci suits and Gucci dress shoes, and then they got like a $20,000 Rolex on their wrist.
And you know what's the funny part is? Soon as I see what they're wearing, I know what department they work in. If I see Gucci, Louis Vuitton, anything, I know they're either plastic surgery, they're ortho, or they're urology. It's a no-brainer. Because it's like certain personalities wear certain type of things, you know, and that's like what I'm saying. So they're what they wear is an extension of their personalities, and a lot of times those particular specialties attract certain personalities.
Absolutely. And again, even Seikos, I can show you Seikos that are out of. I mean, we just put up Seikos before this gentleman came in the chat a while ago, not too long ago, and I can show you Seikos that are still out of the reach of 95% of most men. And so again, you know, that, you know, when we talk about that, you know, I used to have a few Invictus back in the day.
Oh, you know, I had them too.
At 18, 19 years old. But yeah, I mean, these watches are built like tanks. They're tanks, they're heavy. I'm not exactly a guy with like super large wrists, you know, they're average. But again, you know, you're wearing some watch that's like 50 millimeters and the damn watch is like 2 or 3 pounds. Like, yeah, that's not really, it looks good in the hood, but you know, it's, you can't take that with you to a boardroom meeting, or if you're going to some black tie event or something like that. So that's also where some of these other watches that we're talking about come into play. Again, you know, if you're wearing watches like Patek, Felipe, or Rolex or something like that, yeah, you know, these are watches that you take these to black tie events. You take these to events where when you meet other men, they're wearing similar type of watches.
Or like a Royal Oak. That's a nice watch.
Audemars Piguet. Yep. And you know what? And the thing about it is that like the watches themselves, like we talk about Grand Seikos. People don't wear Grand Seikos because they want everybody to know they got a lot of money. Grand Seikos are watches to wear when you want to be understated. You know, it's a certain type of personality that wears a Grand Seiko, because as you see, they're not cheap watches by any stretch of the imagination. So you're spending that type of money, and people don't really know that you spend that type of money. So you got to be doing it for a reason other than showing off. You're buying it because, you know, you feel compelled in your heart of hearts to actually do that. But for me in particular, you know, I've made it a goal this year. I'm buying a Rolex Daytona, right? And not only am I buying a Rolex Daytona, I'm going to buy a Rolex Daytona in good faith. And what do I mean by good faith? I won't have to compromise myself from a financial standpoint in order to do so, right? You know, I could buy a Rolex right now, but would it be a good thing to do at this point in time? I got renovations going. I got a lot of other stuff going on from a financial standpoint, where this is not the opportune time for me to purchase a watch, right? But sometime this year I will. And I'm not buying it because, you know, because for the price of a Daytona, I can get a Rolex Presidential and get a lot more attention from women. But that's not my goal. Not only is it my goal to own a Rolex, but the fact that I will be making this purchase in good faith, that I won't be compromising myself from a financial standpoint, it sets the goal that I have to position myself financially to be able to do so. And at the very minimum, I think that everybody should be looking towards setting yourself position yourself financially at work. You know what? If I don't buy a watch, I have the ability to do so in good faith.
No, absolutely. And these are aspirational. These are aspirational purchases. These are things you should aspire to have at some point in your life. And again, you know, as Super Triz was saying earlier, you know, this is about things about your lineage and your progeny. You know, I you know, one of the things I've been purview to over in my lifetime, especially as an adult, is that I've met so many folks around my age and older who they inherited watches that you couldn't find, and if you could find them, you would pay an exorbitant amount of money to purchase them. That they inherit these timepieces from their fathers, from their grandfathers, and such. And so again, this becomes part of who you are as a culture and and the kind of lineage that you would like to have. For me, me collecting watches is about something that when I'm older and I have children, that I would like to be able to give this to my son one.
And you know
So
what?
let's check out some Swatch watches. If we're going to go more budget minded.
But you know what? The tone of this conversation boils over to other aspects. Like I purchase investment grade gold jewelry or investment grade jewelry,
Gold.
which 24 karat gold, 24 karat platinum, but it's investment grade. You know that it's not mixed with any other metals. And when you get these type of thoughts and you talk to other brothers that we share these type of ideas, then you grow. It's nothing wrong with Seiko. It's nothing wrong with uh some excuse me. Wow. Some Swatch watches. Some Swatch watches look very nice. I will buy it. I got the fifth time mentioning it. I own the Timex Weekend because it looks nice. But there's other realms of life out there.
Well,
Right.
I think this goes back to black men just really elevating this conversation. It kind of goes back to that discussion Complex and I had with a gentleman a few weeks ago about surrogacy and black men and about single parent households, and kind of how again no offense to the brother in the chat, where again there's always this need for black folks to kind of take this back to some very rudimentary levels of discussion. Again, this conversation is about horology. Okay, it's not about let's find the cheapest piece that looks good in the hood, or what looks really flashy but is really really just a $200 paperweight.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, these conversations are, to that brother's question, yes, and with Victor watches are cheap. They used to have a heyday years ago where maybe about a decade and a half or so ago, where Invictus were actually fairly solid in really that lower mid range arena, but not so much now. They just mass produce a bunch of watches, really cheap movements. And so again, since we're talking about watches, some of the big standouts of a quality watch is, one, when you look at the case, how the case is designed. Two, the actual dome, the dome of the watch. So what kind of crystal is it made from? Is it made from sapphire? The gold standard in the industry is sapphire. But cheaper watches tend to be made by like a mineral-based crystal or something called hardlex, or some other type of lower-end material that's used to make the dome of a watch. But those are typically differentiators between sort of your good quality watches versus sort of your lower quality watches, is really what that dome is made from.
Now
Two,
the actual glass of the watch itself, you'll find that the mineral crystal is more like a mid-grade watch. Sapphire, of course, being the gold standard. But you'll find some of the cheaper watches they have acrylic, plexiglass, or it's a material called hezolite.
Yes.
Hezolite is like a low-grade material, but the thing about it is that not only is the sapphire more scratch resistant, you can actually coat and polish the sapphire crystal in such a way that it looks like there's not even glass on the watch. Now, with the actual acrylic and plexiglass and hezolite, even to a certain extent mineral crystal, depending on the angle that the watch is held in, it has a glare. Almost like when you go to the eyeglass doctor, and they actually, if you want to upgrade to the watches that don't have glare, it's a luxury to not have the glare. And so you're paying for the sapphire crystal because of the various properties that it has that makes the watches that much more appealing. And as far as Invicta watches being cheap, D. Smitty's asking that question. What Dr. Phoenix was referring to, the heyday, is that at one time Invicta watches were family owned. It was a family owned company, but now they're owned by, I think, some type of Chinese group, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So the watches are meant just to turn profit, and that's why you see the watches on QVC and HGN network and they're they say, oh, you got to act now. We got 100 watches left, and they're just giving you like this Russian buy, and they're like, oh, you get easy payments of $20.99, whatever the case may be, and they're just mass produced watches, and they're they do have some standouts, like some of their homage watches, like they have a diver watch that's actually pretty decent. But like the rest of the watches, like these Marvel themed Hulk watches, the Thor watch, the Venom watch, and all these other crazy watches that are like 80 millimeters thick and 175 millimeters wide and weigh 30 pounds. Those watches are kind of cheap.
Man, look, ever since you put me up on this right here, Triz, I've been all on these dudes, man.
Yo, that Oris watch you just had up on the
yeah, man.
That strap is boss. That strap is boss, man. I don't think I've seen a nylon strap with a butt.
Come on, bro. Look at this, man. Oh,
yeah, that's pretty damn boss right there, man.
Yeah, man.
And again, to what Super Triz was just saying, look, he's correct. When there was a time where Invicta did make good watches. They made pretty solid watches, but again, when you look at some of those hallmarks of what's a good quality watch versus what's something lower, even mid, or even mid tier to a lesser extent, you're really looking at some of those key standout features, like what is that crystal made from, the lume on a watch, because typically cheap watches have cheap lume. You can't really see them. They claim, well, if you put them in the sun for a few hours, it'll charge it up, and then you can see it. Now. And then when you do that, then you can't really see it that well. So again, the lume on a watch is very critical, especially when you're looking at folks who have these diver and aviation style watches. Those are really critical, because you're in, all the times you're in situations where you might be in reduced lighting or whatever, and so you need to be able to see quite well, see the face of a watch well. But in general, I agree with everything that Super Triz and Lionel had said. So.
I mean, it's a nylon strap with a leather back.
That's gangster right there.
I mean, damn.
Dude, that's pretty damn boss.
Bro.
Bandito.
I'm actually have to go.
God damn. Hey, Triz, big ups. Big ups, bro. Triz put me up on Oris.
Yeah, no, Oris is a great. Oris, I'm surprised we didn't get to them earlier, but yeah, this is another great brand.
This is my steez right here, dude. This is me all day.
Now, honestly, I would recommend Oris over Longines any day of the week.
And I would agree with that.
Bruh, come on, look at this, man.
I would agree with that. I think Oris tends to be a bit more expensive than Longines, and Longines, depending on where you get it from and the model you get, you might run into some iffiness with it. But yeah.
Well, and the thing about it is that you go to Longines, right? You got soccer moms in the store with you trying to buy their watch, and it's like, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth. You're like, because a lot of women will buy the male version of Longines watch because a lot of women are wearing bigger watches now.
Yeah.
And so now you got a woman with your same watch on.
I'm good. I need to rock something like this.
Yeah.
No, I love this color scheme. This gunmetal gray and the red.
Yeah,
the
anthracite
contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now complex. You gotta wear that watch even when you're virtual racing, e-racing. You gotta have it on your wrist.
Still gotta wear it. You still gotta wear it.
No, really. That watch right there that you're looking at, that's the watch you need on your wrist when you're e-racing.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. I like the color.
Yeah, this is me
Hey, matter of fact, that watch got red bottoms on. Look at the band.
The red bottom watch.
That's hard. Yeah, that's hard.
Bottom. Yeah, man. That's what I'm like. If y'all got brands, dude, let me know. I'll pull them up. I'm just because like I said, man, Triz put me up on Oris. Oh, and I've been digging through their stuff, man, and their stuff is just butter laid.
No, Oris.
Can we open up another window, Complex?
Yeah, what's up?
I want to go back to that watch that we talked about last time Brellum.
With the patina.
No, Brellum.
Which one? Okay, what spell it?
Brellum. Now, this particular watch is a Swiss watch brand. It's an independent brand. So what that means is that they don't have the big marketing budget. So their watches are actually a great value for what you get. And what I found is that they actually offer a precious metal bezel variant of their watch. And this is key. I want you to go to the Duo Box Gold.
Duo Box.
I like
Duo
that one
Box
right there.
Gold.
On the screen, the what's this Duo Box Classic collection?
Yeah, the
I like
classic.
the mesh strap. I do like
Look at
mesh
this
strap watches.
Look at this one.
Okay, which one?
The one on the far left.
Right here.
Yep.
Anthracite. Hold on.
Click on that one.
I kind of like the blue better, but
well, I mean, it's pretty much the same watch except for the color of the dial. But what I like about it is that you actually have now this is a stainless steel watch, but the bezel is solid rose gold.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, look at that.
That's what's up right there.
You're talking about an actual watch with a precious metal bezel, brand new, for $3,000. You can't beat that.
Yeah,
can't beat that.
Let me.
And then also you got all those different watch, the different strap options.
Also, they even had the pendulum because it's an automatic. So the
It's
pendulum
automatic,
is even,
25 joules.
yeah, the pendulum is actually looks like that. Is that solid rose gold as well? Looks like.
Yep. Yeah.
No, actually, I'm not a real big fan of the solid gold watches like that, but I can rock something like that. That's really.
Well, yeah, because this is more of a two-tone watch. I'm more of a two-tone guy. I like two-tone watches. And the thing about a two-tone watch is that, like on the aftermarket, if you look at two-tone Rolexes, they're generally cheaper than the all stainless steel variants.
Look at this.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's what's up. And again, I think just to what Super Trez is saying for brothers in the chat, when you're looking at watches, yeah, everyone has the brands that everybody done heard of, the the Rolexes, the Omegas, and the Oruses, and the Tag Heuers, and all that stuff. And although I would kind of consider Tag Heuer kind of more on the mid tier, if you will, but again, if you just kind of look around, do your homework for a bit, look around, you can find a lot of small independent brands that you can come into the market at a pretty good quality and not have to sell a kitty to get a watch.
That's why I showed the Oak and Oscar watches at the very beginning, because they had all of their entry price on their watches, independently handmade in Chicago, $1,500 to get into the door.
Now, but see, when we start talking about these independent watchmakers, this is where your research is key. Number one, you need to make sure that the watch itself is a quality watch, right? Just because it markets itself as a luxury brand, just because they have precious metal variants, doesn't mean that the watch itself is a luxury timepiece. Because we're looking at not only the fit and finish, but we're looking for the continuity of the fit and finish. So from watch to watch to watch, there should be some congruency in quality control, right? We want to make sure that the indices are lined up perfectly. We want to make sure that the bezel is lined up perfectly. We want to make sure the crown screw down evenly. Various things. We want to make sure that consistency from watch to watch is the same. And so sometimes with these smaller brands, that consistency is lacking. So you have to do your due diligence as a consumer to make sure that you're getting a quality timepiece. Number one. Number two, back to the movements again, right? You want to make sure that.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Triz, real quick.
We got some sound. That watch will have to be serviced.
Triz, we got somebody. I think somebody needs to mute. Yeah, okay, there you go. There was some sound in the background. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, hey, I'm gonna catch y'all later. I gotta get out of here.
All right, hey, Lionel, appreciate you, brother. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
No, good talking to you again, brother. Take care.
All
Have a good
right,
day.
Hey, Dr. Phoenix, which one? This is the Duo Box Classic. Which one did you say you wanted to look at?
I like the previous one you were looking at with the gold bezel, but they had one with a blue face. I kind of like the contrast with
this one.
Yeah,
that's which one it was. Okay, hold on.
Oh, that kind of looks like a Breitling, kind of.
Yeah, it does. Actually, it does. Not that take
that band doesn't go with this though.
Yeah,
Oh, you know, because you can go to the bottom. There's different bands.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there. Go up. Go right there.
In the
Oh wait. Let's see here. Let's see. Select your strap. Does it show it with it?
That's the same strap. Click the other one.
Yeah, I did. Why isn't it showing it? There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
Ugh.
That's a classic aviator strap.
yeah, the mesh band.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if there we go. That's leather. What do you guys think?
No. I'm gonna tell you the band to go for. It's called the Pandile band. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to accessories. It's not on there.
Accessories.
You have to buy it aftermarket. Go to accessories.
What? Okay, this one looks like it belongs on this one.
Yeah, that's like a Breitling type band.
Yeah, that looks more.
That's sort of that multi-link style band.
Yeah.
That looks like it goes on that bezel. The other all the other straps didn't look right. Let's see here.
Those bands, I would tell you do kind of have to be careful with them because they're kind of hard to size because they're just.
Which one? Which one?
The band you just hit. No, not the leather strap, but the one you just showed on the previous screen. The multi-link. Yeah, the multi-link strap. You do have
at the very bottom. The very bottom. That center strap at the very bottom. Click on that.
Right here.
No. Down.
This one.
Yeah, that one. That's okay. So that band, that's the multi-link. Those are difficult to size, is what Dr. Phoenix is saying.
Gotcha.
Now with a band like that, you want to look at the clasp. Sometimes the clasp has a lot more versatility with the actual sizing because you can actually size the clasp and not just the band too.
Yeah.
So now, but go down to the bottom, the strap right above that one that you just picked.
Okay, let's see. That was this one.
Pandile.
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, click that one.
There we go.
I like that strap.
That one I do like.
Yeah,
I do like
yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that strap.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
And that strap is look like it's $208. So I would buy with a metal bracelet and then just buy an aftermarket strap like that. And then just swap out the strap and just wear it as a daily wear.
Hold on. You guys go ahead. I gotta reply to what text.
No, this is actually pretty dope. I like this. This is not.
Yeah, but now see the question that you have to ask is, okay, I can get a new Brellum or I can get a used Breitling. I can get a new Brellum or I can get a used Omega. You see what I'm saying? Because you start talking about that $3,000 price range, you're getting into the Breitling and Omega territory for used watches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it becomes more of a question. It's almost like like if you're buying a new car versus a used car, you can buy. I had this debate many years ago. I was gonna buy a used Maserati.
Right.
That's a trap.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so my dad talked me out of it, but it was like either buy a used Maserati or I ended up buying a brand new Mustang. For the same price.
Nice. Yeah.
But this was like in 2013 or something like that, or 2011, somewhere around there. And but yeah, you can get a used watch of a nicer model, but it's a used watch. And it could be in good condition, but if it's an emotional purchase, in your heart of hearts, you know that somebody else owned that watch before you did.
Exactly.
I see. Buying experience, that whole going to the authorized dealer, getting a brand new watch, and and they take your picture while you buy the watch. You miss that whole experience. So it's really like a judgment call,
No,
yeah, you have to go in there conscious. Yeah.
No, absolutely agree. I can't believe you considered buying a used Maserati.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I was seeing used Maseratis and they would have like 2,000, 3,000 miles on it. And I was like, man, these cars like brand new. But then
oh Lord, yeah.
My dad was like, do you know why they got, because my dad had a Maserati back in the day. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, yeah, the reason why he only got 3,000 miles is because they're in the shop every other week. and they can't drive. So he saved me on that one. See, you know what? See, that's where having a father comes into play because
Exactly.
when me and my dad had that conversation, I was already an adult. I had my own house at that point. I was living on my own. I never asked my parents for anything. But someone that you can always refer back to for wisdom, because who's already been there and done what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? And so, even to this day, like I consult my dad on certain things. Like, when I was doing my renovations, I consulted this is the first time I've actually done major renovations on a home. And so I have to consult my dad because he's done it a million times. We take these things for granted, those of us that grew up with a father, but some people never had a father, and so they're really at a great disadvantage.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because actually that's how I actually got into really started collecting, more expensive watches. Was I remember I was living in London at the time, and actually some white guys I knew. These guys worked in the film industry or whatever, but these guys were wearing Rolexes all day, every day, and it was them who actually really hit me to the watch game like that. And so again, I never, I didn't have any brothers around who could really, talk about high-end watch collecting in that regard. But it was really when I got around some white cats and they kind of hit me to the game. That's actually kind of what made me move away from the Invictus back in the day. So yeah, I used to have a few Invicta watches back when I was in my early 20s.
You know what made me move away from Invicta watches? When I seen the Invicta watches on QVC network.
Yeah, well, it's actually like one of the biggest retailers for Invictus. You can find them in some. You can find some in some of these jewelry stores, the Rogers and Hollands and the Zales or whatever. You can find them in there too, but like they make most of their money selling it on Home Shopping Network.
Oh, hold up. We got an alert right now.
Yeah.
Channel Zero just put us up on some game. He said ASO Rock Watches is a company from Nigeria, founded by a black man. You have to look that up.
Wait. Hold up. What up, Mike?
His name is Ben Ayarola.
Let me see here.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
What up?
What's going on, Mike?
Yo, piece of the panel, piece of the chat, man. What it do,
What's up,
man?
brother?
I'm sure.
We were over here getting this horology chop up going, man.
That high value chop up.
High value timepiece chop up.
I think you're going to see the value of these watches start to go up because of the blockchain, right? I'm surprised Lionel didn't bring this up, but Breitling and Swiss, actually the first two companies to put their stuff on the blockchain, so that to manage all of these watches that's running around. So you can't have these knockoffs, these bang bangs that some cats used to rock back in the day.
No more bang bang boogie.
Nah, man. Now you're going to go up because now you're going to be able to trade crypto, digital currencies to get some of these watches.
It's interesting you say that, Mike, because I was actually watching it was a documentary about really the high-end fashion bag industry, like Birkin, for example, where they were looking at that because you just have so many fake Birkins running around out here, and folks are buying Birkins, and every time you turn around, you see somebody on Instagram or Facebook or something like that with a Birkin bag. People don't realize only way you get a damn Birkin, you have to actually reserve it.
No, all the high-end luxury brands formed a conglomerate, I think, last year to actually manage that whole entire thing. And so now they're putting all their bags on the blockchain and all of their outfits on the blockchain now, so that all of this stuff can be easily tracked. You can't have any more knockoffs, and it kind of maintains the value and it keeps the integrity of the brand itself.
Yeah, that was good. That was a lot of criticism that what Amazon and eBay gets, because they tend to sell a lot of knockoff brands and a lot of fakes of a lot of luxury items on their sites. So
yeah, I think because then they can just force any reseller to actually remove that type of stuff if it can't be authenticated. And there's a QR code that's going to be built in on all of these bags and these watches that allow people to actually view it in real time. Just pull it up with a smartphone, and just take that snapshot of that photo, that QR code, and just bring it up, and then people can be like, "Oh yeah, no, thank you."
All right, so here's the
Okay.
Asarok Africa. Let's take a look.
Now I would tell you off back, I'm not really. I always like the color combination of a brown leather strap with a white dial, but I'm not really liking the design of the actual the bezel itself and the case.
Let's see.
Yeah, the case.
Let's first start. I don't know. You want to start with, I guess, with the Villa series? Let's take a look here.
Yep.
Okay. It's empty. All right. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the Monolith series. All right, here we go. All right, so this is what? The white with the brown right here. Okay. It's kind of hard to look at it like that. So let's take a look at this right here. Can we see this? Do you guys see this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like poor pictures on the website, man.
I wish I can see that in person. Silver and white. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, are we the only ones on the stream? Where's everybody else?
I think I'm on here.
Is everybody else muted or what? What's going on?
No, I'm here. I stepped away.
Okay. I was just like, damn. Did the stream end? Like, you got quiet.
No, my bad, brother. No, I just stepped away.
Damn.
Okay. Now,
yeah. See, I'm not really feeling the design of the actual case itself. But I think, in general, whenever you have a white white dial, and brown and just a silver color case, that's a pretty timeless look. I'm just not kind of really feeling the overall design of the case itself. So.
Okay. Let's take a look. There's in the box. That's styrofoam. Well, I'm not trying to be too critical here. We're taking a look here.
Yeah, there's actually a brother. I see his advertisement.
Japanese movement. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually sapphire glass. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at it. Maybe a different.
I know. I see him on Instagram quite often, but there's another watch company. They're new. I think it was started by a brother. I think it was called Black Tie Watch or something like that. I haven't really checked them out, but I do know
Black Tie Watch.
Yeah, I think that was what it was called. But
I'll look it up.
Okay, so can we like go back up? Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Right. So I just want to talk about this watch just real quick. And I don't want it to seem like I'm down, like I'm trying to down this watch company, but there's some couple of things that right off the bat that trouble me about this particular watch. Now, this is definitely more of an entry level watch. This is not like I wouldn't consider this the luxury at all. Even though you see like the display case back and it looks like it's a luxury oriented watch, when we look at the price itself at $150, and then it has stamped on the actual watch band, it says genuine leather. The fact that this is like
I see what you're saying.
And then $150, we know that that's not rose gold; it's probably rose gold plated. And so again, I'm not, I'm vehemently against plated watches. I think that a watch should either be precious metal or non-precious metal, but no high plating. Where you're actually having a plate of precious metal to give the impression that it's a solid.
Actually, right? Yeah,
there's a lot of reverb coming from people.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's hold on, man. Because I heard it too. Hold on. Oops. There we go.
Yeah, no,
Go
I
I think
would
it's
agree.
gone.
Yeah, I would agree with what Super Trish just said. I think in that price range, if you're looking at something entry level, that 150 to 500 range, I would stay away from anything that's gold plated. Personally, I think you're just better served getting something with a stainless steel case or something like that. But I would stay away from anything that's gold plated in general. Just because it does look really cheap, and people who are watch connoisseurs who collect watches, they know the gold plated stuff when they see it.
Yeah, it looks plated.
And it's like, you know what? That watch would look just fine if it was all stainless steel.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no need to perpetrate. Just have a just stainless. And then that when it says genuine leather on that irritates me to no end.
that's cheap leather, tiny store. leather.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's like they got that band. They got that band out of the sloth and swap meet.
Yeah.
Oh, the sloths and swap
Oh,
meet.
wow. Out.
The
The
flea market.
sloths and swap meet, man. If y'all ain't from LA, then you may not know what Trish just said. 'Cause
Well,
that's
you know,
where you
in
got all your
Chicago,
boost.
man,
That's where you got all your boosted merch back in the day.
well, in Chicago, they call them flea markets and
Flea
stuff like
markets,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody know what a swap meet is.
Yeah.
Is we got another brand we want to bring up?
You can check out this one, brothers. Like I say, they're
What was
pretty
it
new.
called?
I've only
Black.
seen around.
What was it
I think it
called?
was called Black Tie Watch. I believe it was called Black Tie Watch.
Hey, Trish, mute up for a second.
All right, hold on.
Black watches. But yeah, I still hear. Yeah, I thought I was hearing something, man. Let's see here. Black Tie Watch Co.
Yep. Yeah, this was started by a brother.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, the echo is coming from Trish.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what it was. All right.
I still hear the echo when Dr. Phoenix talks.
really. Here,
Is
let
it-
me let me back out. Drop the link, and I'll back out. Come back in. See if it was me.
Okay, hold on a second.
Can you hear my echo now? I can still hear it now too.
I don't hear anything.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Hold up, Complex. Can you mute for a second?
Yeah,
Is everybody else muted?
I'm gonna mute right now.
Okay. Let me see. Do I still hear it? I think I still hear it. Yep. Let me drop out too. I'm gonna drop out and come back in.
Okay.
All right. So I'll wait for them to come back in, then I'll share the screen. I have the black tie. Sorry, you got it, Michael.
No, I was just gonna say, I think the problem is if you don't have a headset on, then yeah, it's gonna bounce off.
Okay.
So
Okay. Because yeah, I have a headset on, and I don't I was hearing it from Triz, but it was just like a tiny bit, and then I didn't hear it from anybody else.
yeah, I think the other person here, Sir O
Obadiah.
might not have a headset on either.
I have a headset.
You have a headset on? Okay. Yeah, I don't hear anything coming from you.
Oh, okay.
Triz.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mike said it might. Are you wearing a headset?
I'm not here. I'm not wearing a headset now, but I don't hear the echo anymore.
Good.
Come back.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Okay. All right, wait for Dr. Phoenix to come back in.
Mike, do you hear echo?
Not right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was my connection.
Damn, man, I'm looking at the private chat. Why didn't anybody say Mike was in the back for 20 minutes? Because I had the screen share, so I couldn't see. Mike, why didn't you text me or something, man?
I did.
You text me? Hold up. Well, it's Dr. Phoenix.
You guys hear an echo when I talk?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay, so real quick, Zero says, well, shout out to the brothers in Nigeria for starting off. Hopefully their watches will get better. But I think it's just that's the particular space within the continuum that they plan to occupy. So I don't necessarily foresee their watches getting better because they're occupying a particular price point, which is okay. That's just not the watch for me.
No, relative to their demographic is what they're really.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Right. It's kind of similar, Mike. It would kind of be similar to like the Mara phone, for example, right?
Well, not so much the Mara phone, but relative to the value of the dollar over there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I mean.
$50 over there will probably get you a million naira or something like that. Or $100 will get you a million naira or whatever it is. So,
okay, Dr. Phoenix, here we go.
Yeah. So this was, I see their advertisements on Instagram from time to time, and I know it was a brother who started this, and so it was just highlighting something. But I think again, this is no different than the previous watch company you just had up. Although they tend to make more traditional looking timepieces, I would say.
Yeah, they're round, as opposed to like the oblong and the rectangular shape that we saw from the other watchmaker. But as we see here, we see a similar tactic where they'll have a list price and then they'll have it crossed out with a red price next to it to imply that you're getting a value. And when we go, if you look at a true luxury watch manufacturer like Rolex, Audemars, or Patek Philippe, you will never see a discounted price. They have the price of their watch, and that's what you're going to pay.
The price is the price.
Is there a specific one you guys want to look at?
No. I just brought
it up I'm just browsing. Yeah.
No, I just brought it up as a reference.
Okay.
But again, it's just, again, obviously, as you see, breaking into the watch market, especially for a new indie brand or whatever, it is pretty difficult. Because again, you have these big players, you have these folks that really set the standard and the price, and the price for watches at certain levels, certain tiers of watches, if you will. And so again, if you're a new brand, it really is hard because again, probably the hardest thing is just really sourcing the materials and specifically the movements for those watches.
And I think for something like this, the way it really needed to go with like a designer, right? Because for example, like this kind of cursive type of and these are I'm being objective, right?
No,
it's a very basic font right here, right?
Yeah,
and then even like the printing on the God, dude, I hate this.
Yeah, there's no continuity in the design, and that was what Super was talking about earlier.
You know what? They're marketing towards a specific demographic, right?
Yeah.
Somebody like us, we're looking at those little details and we're like, nah. But you guys, just like Invicta, right? Like somebody's buying those Invicta Venoms, those gigantic watches.
Yeah.
Somebody's buying those. Right? Somebody's going on QVC, and then when they hear the lady says, okay, only for you guys, we're gonna do a special offer. You can't get this any other place, and we're gonna give it to you for half price. And they're like, ooh, I gotta get that watch. They're getting half price. And then they look at the little time, they look at the little countdown where it says, okay, there's 50 watches left, 49 watches left, 37 watches, 36. And they getting antsy, and they like, I gotta get this watch right now before they run out. Somebody's saying that about Invicta watches.
No, it's sublime marketing. It makes you want to have something because you get the impression that it's exclusive.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
What is that?
Is that an actual tuxedo right there?
Yes, that is.
Oh, look at that.
I think it's the KS series.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, you may want to get a licensing deal.
I need a tuxedo watch.
The high value series.
Yeah, and again, like I said, if you buying these really low end watches, quality is always going to be an issue, and continuity of design is always going to be an issue. Again,
why are
you wearing that watch?
Why are you wearing this
with a tuxedo watch?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crossover appeal. That's what it's about.
Are those
Yep.
Those
Well,
are
as I was saying
95s.
earlier,
Those are Air Max 95s right there.
like fun?
Yep.
That's how, yeah, but that's how Zennials dress. Zennials dress just like
Yep. Yeah. The modern day Xenials always
What
dress.
Ashy
Yeah.
Knuckles?
that. You know, what I'm saying
Not
is,
ashy knuckles, but probably those blings on their hands and probably those skinny jeans. You know.
He might have on a bow tie. With
Yep.
that,
I won't be
that's-
shocked.
he got cufflinks on a jean jacket. Like that's
Yeah.
gosh,
That's the style now.
that's
you
the
know,
style.
That's
you know
that
what
backpacking
the style
style. You know.
is. The
Yeah.
style is I pee-peed on myself in daycare. This is what they gave me to wear.
That's old school. Y'all don't know about that.
You have to remember this demographic is really introverted, right? By nature because of social media, technology, and things like that. So
Yeah.
they're not really into the confrontation and stuff. And so they want to be seen without actually interacting with people. And so
Right.
if they look like a bum, because you even got women out here who are driving around in vans and stuff, living the van life and stuff, even though
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the introvert for you, though. You know.
yeah, that's how they think. I mean, Complex calls them sapiosexuals. I don't know. You know, I just call it the way I see it.
I personally,
I mean,
I've seen
extroverts
some.
are struggling with this COVID, but you know the introverts is winning right now. You know
But
the
look,
backpack
they live
rap
in
and
a
all
van
that.
life. Look, I done seen these women on the internet. They got channels. They live in a van life, but they got 2 dogs and a cat in a van.
In a van.
And I'm like, what the heck?
No,
What is this, guy? Wait, what is this? What is this right here?
Trash.
What am I looking
yeah,
at?
that's
Trash.
That is trash.
What is this?
you know, Movado made the very simple black dial famous. but you know the problem is when folks when new indie brands, cheap brands try to imitate it, it does look pretty horrible.
Well, what they're trying to imitate, they're imitating the style of the Movado, but they're imitating the actual they're imitating the marketing tactic of movement watches.
Yeah,
If you guys remember movement watches, they
yeah,
came out with a very simplistic watch. Profit margins on the watches were actually crazy. They like you would think that the prices were so low that they weren't getting the value, but really and truly the movements themselves, they're paying like maybe $1 for the movement. So everything else, with the actual construction of the watch, the watch probably costs about $3 to make, each one of those movement watches.
Which watch would you rather have, this one or this one?
I'd rather have a doggone sundial on my wrist
On
than
the
wear
text,
any one of those.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the thing to keep in mind is because Super Trips brought it up, the movements, and they're paying like $1 for the move. Typically, watch brands like this, they typically have Chinese movements in them.
Yep.
And so
Exactly
the Chinese
right.
movements, they've been trying to come in for years now and compete with the Swiss and obviously with Seiko and stuff like that with the quality of movements. But Chinese movements are pretty damn notorious for not being very accurate and also
That's what they do.
being the best quality. So
the whole intent of this marketing scheme is you buy the movements in bulk.
yeah,
You mass produce the watches using Chinese parts. You
That's what they do.
aggressively market using social media, right? You
Mhm.
generate a buzz and then you sell the watch company. That's what.
Ooh, look at my watch. Look at this.
and
the
that goes
Obsidian
back
edition.
to what we were saying earlier. If you wear a cheap watch, everyone knows it. Everyone notices it. Okay. If you wear a decent watch, obviously that's a bit more, that's a bit more conspicuous. But something like this, you wear this on your wrist, people are gonna know this is just a damn cheap watch.
Is that watch $14?
74.
No, that's 74.
Oh, 74. See, but it's not the fact that the watch is cheap.
Man.
It's not the cheap price of the watch. It's the execution. It's gimmicky.
Yeah.
There's
Exactly. You just said it.
and it says
Gimmicky.
black
Yeah,
tie.
I get it. Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
If you're 17 and you're going to the prom, this is the height of your.
Yeah.
Right? This is not. If you have Xbox rewards, coming in,
Yeah.
say on Black Friday, it's a come up, man. So
Yeah, the Xbox Gold and all that. Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I'm saying man, if you have some XRP tokens and whatnot, man, this is where it is, man. So
yeah, you made a cool little profit, man. This is your little gift to yourself.
Well, here's the thing. That goes back to the earlier statement that the gentleman made in the chat about sort of the lower end watches and talking about that. Again, and this is why fathers are important as well. If you're a black father, you have a very nice watch collection. When your son goes on their prom, what would be the natural thing you do? Son, here's a watch from my collection. This will be this is something that I wear when I go to my formal events. I would like you to wear this for prom.
That's what dads do. Yeah.
That's where that comes into play, having a father.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, that goes back to those conversations, Complex, and the brother Johnny Blaze had. I saw him in the chat. Shout out to him. This is part of that reason why, and obviously what Super Triz alluded to with him and his father.
It's just like that stream that I seen, Complex and Johnny. Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point.
Yeah, this just isn't doing it, man.
No, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. It's you have to understand the demographic that they're targeting. That's what they like.
Okay.
No, absolutely. I agree. Yeah. Like this just fucking.
Mike Schiff say, "You guys are still going?" Yes. Go on, man.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He was in the chat saying, "Are you guys still going?" I say, "Yes."
Are we still going? What's that?
Mike Schiff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, now that gold when you just show all that gaudy, I mean that just looks cheap, and that just screams that's gonna rub off on your arm, on your wrist, and you're gonna end up with a.
Look, the bot says, "Ask us anything." What should I ask? No, I'm joking.
Well, it looks like there's already.
What'd you say, Mike?
No, it looks like there's already 2 comments in the bot chat there. So
let's see here. Happy holidays. Okay. And there's a QR code or there's a 20% off.
20% off already? Like
I think wow.
Wait, no. Wait. Buy one. Buy one, get buy one, get
50% off.
Okay, yeah. Or use the code holiday20 for 20% off. Oh, there you go.
Well, that goes to what Super Trish just said about, the price is the price.
Yeah, like why are you offering a discount on a product unless the product is not selling itself?
It's a pandemic.
Exactly.
It's a pandemic.
Yeah, but Rolex prices have skyrocketed during the pandemic.
Yeah, the value. I was saying, what was it? Omega value. The values for their watches were going up because they got a lot.
You can't even get the new Snoopy Omega watch. Forget about it.
Yeah, was it the Grand Seikos? Their values were have gone up during the pandemic. So I mean, in general, for your high-end watch makers, their relative value of their pieces have gone up in value
during the pandemic. It's crazy. Like I remember like having this conversation with some people that I talk about with watches at my job, and we were all thinking like, okay, this is the time to actually get, because I want to buy a Rolex Daytona to try to flip it. He was like, this is gonna be the time to buy one. Ain't nobody gonna be buying no watches. I went to that dealership. He said 7 years waiting list for a stainless steel Rolex Daytona.
So wait, Julian wants to check out a Tally and Twine. Okay.
What? Tally and Twine?
Yeah, we're gonna look them up. He said they're from Virginia. It's a brand that made in Virginia. Are you guys are we finished here with
Yeah,
I just want to say something really quickly. That watch you got right there on the screen, that's a pretty classic look for a watch. White dial, silver casing, a brown leather strap. That's a pretty classic look. But in the case of this watch,
it's the damn butler. It's for a butler.
The first thing you're drawn to is not even really the name itself. You're drawn directly to the symbol of the tux.
Yeah. It's
wow.
Like, why is that?
It's so obvious.
Right at that 12
and I hate to sound so critical, but it's just like.
Yeah, but if you drove for like something like Uber Black or something like that, right? and he opens up the door for you, I might give him a tip, man.
Well, Mike V, complex, right? If you guys need to start doing your Black Brain Trust streams with your cams on in a tuxedo. Wearing a tuxedo
Don't
watch.
do that.
Yep.
They say high value Black Brain Trust.
High value brain trust.
And look, you can have the music going in the background, have your incense burning.
They shot me like 7 granules.
Mood lighting.
Oh, God damn.
Where's my cash apps?
You know what? I'm pausing the stream. Hold on. We're
You
gonna
guys are wrong for that one.
we'll pause the stream. Okay.
Nah, man, I'm a smartwatch guy, so
I'll pull up
I
some of those too, Mike.
Ain't no wrong with them.
Well. You know,
Okay,
Well, I mean, from the standpoint of functionality, the argument can be made for the smartwatch because there's some components that you can be accessing on a regular basis. like a watch that just tells time, that's more of a statement piece because we don't really need it to tell time.
Exactly.
So
We've got Tally and Twine. All right, let's check it out. Which one do we start with, you guys?
well, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. Let's hold it right there.
Oh,
I already know what you're about
There we
to say.
go.
Oh, shit.
Boy.
I'm looking at the price, and I can tell you right now, these are gold. These are plated watches.
All
I
right,
just
so right
do
off
not like
the bat,
plated watches.
So right off the bat, pretty much anything that's looking like this,
It's fugazi.
we've got a strike. So let's start with the black
Okay.
because we've already went over the point of not having like gold plating.
Yeah.
Right. So once we see it, it's already a strike, right? So we're not even gonna cover these. Let's go to this one.
It just looks so cheap, man. You look at it.
I
it
knew this
looks
was
so
coming.
cheap.
I knew this was coming.
And you know what? And personally, I feel a certain type of way. I don't want fake jewelry on my wrist. Period. I just can't do it.
All right.
Same here.
So
Same here.
we've got a close up of the face. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking at this face. They look like they're trying to have a matte black, like the matte,
It is.
like kind of like trendy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is
matte
those
look.
that are functioning as indices. Like, what is that? Can you zoom in on that?
Let me see.
Is that some type of onyx stone or something like that? The indices.
I
right
have
here?
no clue what that is.
These are literally marbles.
I thought they were blackheads.
I say marbles. Mike says blackheads. Anyone else want to wager?
Your guess is good as mine. You know, again, this is the problem whenever you're looking at a lot of these.
No, we got to zoom back in. Zoom back in.
Well, plus we don't know what.
That like some cardboard for the damn dial.
It looked like a chalkboard. That's chalkboard material.
No, this looks. Wait a minute. That looks like stitching.
It does.
That looks like stitching.
Wow.
What is this? What material is this?
Oh,
fabric?
twine.
Oh, twine.
Well, that's not actual
The twine is the
actual twine.
It's a fabric.
It's a fabric, yeah.
I know, but is that what this actually is? Look at this.
It might be.
Yeah,
It might be.
Now that I'm looking at it now, yeah, it does look like some stitching. Yeah.
Okay, and this,
Wait,
this
now,
is like a brushed metal over here.
Yeah, it's a
Scroll up
crafting
just a little
component,
bit.
yes.
Scroll up just a little bit. Now hold it right there. Now this top complication, I believe that's a second. Wait, scroll back down a little bit.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out what these.
Okay, so that's not I'm trying to figure out, because now if we look at those two complications, the one at the bottom and the one at the top, the alignment is off. Now I'm not sure if it's a sweeping movement of some sort or a pitch movement, but see, like little fit and finish issues like that where the alignment is slightly off.
But
and you find that on mass-produced watches.
But what are these?
I don't know what complication it is. Maybe it's a chronograph of some sort.
Yeah, that's it's pretty impossible to tell what the hell they are.
Okay.
And then the actual emblem tally twine.
What is this right here? Why is there a 7 right?
That's the marker for the 7 hour.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
See that goes back to that continuity of design.
What am I looking at here, man?
It might be an anniversary. So if you go back out to
the anniversary watch.
Yeah.
black.
No, that's a B1 watch. That's why it's all black everything.
Wait, let's take a look.
Read the description because it might.
Black woman is God.
Very, very clean and elegant watch. Looks at Walter E said that. All right.
Oh, excuse me. ADOS watch.
There you go.
Make your mark. I guess 7 is the time. I guess I don't.
What?
No, 7 is the eternal 7. It's an eternal 7 watch.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's an eternal 7 watch.
Wait, we just got out of the solstice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, or some sort of alignment.
So if you go back up.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Juneteenth.
What is this? Is this a B1 watch?
That's
Advertise like that in the minute.
I guess you guys went too far off the mark.
Oh, where's ADOS at? Oh my God!
If you look at the comment on the side, it says Tigna R, but I would be, if I was dyslexic.
Oh wow!
No, don't you?
Don't you dare do that! What the fuck these niggas talking about? I'm B1. I'm ADOS.
Oh no!
I guess you guys went too far off the mark.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, damn, is that a white boy wearing it?
No, he's light-skinned. He's a light-skinned brother. Is that Ever Anderson wrist?
Is that...
Master teacher, I got my B1 watch.
I would be convinced if they did the Wakanda salute with some African bead, something like that. But
oh my God!
Do it with this watch on your wrist. Wow.
I tell you,
Hey, that may be a market for that. Hey, think about that. You have a B1 watch with a daishiki band.
Ah, damn.
No, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
That might sell.
that damn band was made with some damn kente.
It's hey, look, brothers, this is ADOS watch with dashiki and the red.
Now that I'm looking at the watch, it's actually kind of big. When I actually look at the case itself, looks kind of large.
Yeah, I would be convinced if Dr. Umar Johnson was wearing it though.
Oh no, don't do that.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Where's my school?
If they got creative with their marketing, I mean, they could do something with this watch right here.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure. See now, what I'm noticing here is that this is a common theme on their watch. Look at that 7. So that's kind of like their thing there.
The problem with blue face watches when they're made by lower tier brands, they just look horrible.
Aquatech, stop it, man. Come on.
They just look horrible. Whenever you make a blue dial on a watch, like if it stick to the classic colors.
Exactly. Just leave that alone. Certain blues look on certain good watches, but not on that. Come on, man.
That looked like a Crayola blue. It's not even like a rich, lustrous.
Exactly. Or not no royal blue color. No.
No, it's fabric though. You can tell by the patterns on the picture itself, how it goes from east to west.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah, how it goes from east to west. That's a
yeah, it looks like it is fabric.
Yeah. So what did you just glue these studs on it?
So wait a minute, no. So here's what we did. We have a fabric.
Oh, I know what that is.
It's a bedazzler.
No, hey, I know what fabric that is. That's do-rag fabric.
Oh,
hell no. Right, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to wear them back in the day.
A bedazzled do-rag watch face.
No, if you're on a dating website, man, and you're just trying to profile.
Oh, don't do that. Yeah. Is that your watch, baby? I said, no, baby, I got it. Walmart.
Look, because we're totally kind of crapping on the brand, and
No, we're not, but we're actually giving.
Yeah, I mean, we're critiquing
criticism, right? I mean,
yeah.
Look, these watches are not aimed at us. They're really aimed at the cats who say, get the super chats going, get the cash app going. So,
Hit the like button.
At the end of the day, like I say, if you're gonna be a startup company and you're going into the watch space, I mean, stick to the classic stuff. Don't try to do all this gaudy.
You know what the issue is? You know what the issue is? The issue is that these people that are getting into watchmakers are not true watch enthusiasts. They're only looking to make some money.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're hustling. They're hustling.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely.
Just like Wallow said, they hustling.
You want to check out some of the women's variants?
I thought those were the women's variants.
Oh,
it was not.
He talking about black women.
Oh, so instead of do-rag material, we got bonnet material.
Okay, rose gold. We already said. I didn't know they had this as a woman's watch. That looks like the same one as a dude's watch.
So what, you gonna have the UGG version of a watch or something?
Let's see. Well, let's look at some of the more unique. Okay, let's take a look at this one.
Is he cutting the whole tree there?
Look, craftsmanship exceeded my expectations. I mean, are you kidding me?
You can look, if you look at this picture right now, you can see the stitching on that nylon band is cheap. If you look at the top of it.
Yeah, it is.
Straight from China.
I mean, it's a good attempt. I'm not even mad, but that's how they.
Hold on, wait, hey, let's just stop right there. Now, I'm looking at this watch, and I can tell that the far left black border of the band is thicker than the right side of the band.
Yeah,
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
I mean,
now you just want to nitpick.
But this is their display watch.
That's a shame. What? Okay. You're doing something.
Is that like if I got something on my wrist that I'm constantly looking at, I'm gonna notice that eventually. It's gonna irritate the hell out of me.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
If the expectations were low, it ain't that hard. Damn, Mr. Heat. Come on, man.
I think part of it because again, when you're in professions where attention to detail is key, you just immediately notice these little things that are off. Like even on this band, you can clearly see the stitching is off on this one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's a women's watch, I mean, I wonder if there's.
I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I mean, it could be like the Danica Marie version or something like that.
Yeah. Oh. Damn. He say ain't no black woman.
Dude. Oh God.
Damn.
Oh snap.
That's not right.
Can you imagine on the back of it? It just says "dope discussions."
Discussions. Hold on. Right here. Hey, shout out to her, man. But we just got jokes. Oh no, you can't really see it because look at how the band goes.
The dopest band I've seen, the dopest nylon band was that Oris watch you had up about 40 years ago.
The Oris joint was no joke, man.
That one was dope.
Yeah. This right here.
Like who? Where is this watch company? Is this the one that's based in Atlanta or something? Or Georgia? Virginia.
Hold on, let me go down.
Damn. Of all places, man. That why they gotta make some watches, man? Come on.
Let's see here. Where
I ain't from Virginia, but damn.
Where they at though? Let's see. Oh, wait, about us. Oh, see, I feel bad.
Sorry, peoples, but damn. Come on, y'all gotta do that.
Well, maybe Portsmouth, Virginia. There they go, right there.
Okay, but I mean,
at least he's trying though. Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious that they're not true enthusiasts. They're like somebody who looked at it's just a business.
They hustling. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah, it's just a business for them.
Let's make sure that this comes off as more of like constructive criticism.
I'm not hating it. They just hustling. They gotta get their money too. No,
I just want to.
Well, I mean, look, there's a high value man right there.
This guy right here.
Yeah, he's wearing a suit.
Master teacher, I see him over here.
Looks high value enough. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I mean, they can totally do the woke thing with the watches, with the RGB band.
Yeah.
You know,
I
they probably
mean,
would have
they
a cash cow in their hands if they just
yeah.
marketed the hell out of that
All they had to do is just sell it online. They said, here you
But
go.
but but here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
Don't do a disservice to the people that you claim you're trying to uplift by
Exactly.
offering them a subpar product. The product itself is subpar.
Hard.
one.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a damn shame.
I'd rather you actually offer a superior product and increase the price point. Okay, I'll pay more for a quality product, but I won't pay less for a product that I don't want to wear at all.
Yeah.
Right.
We got any okay, anyone in the chat have any we should look at? Anyone else want to pull some up? Because what I want to do is or if anybody wants to share their screen, I need to just go like step away from
Okay, you can share my screen. I'll pull
okay,
up.
go ahead,
I'll pull
pull
up.
your yeah. Go ahead and share yours, and then I'm gonna get on my phone real quick, and I'll listen. I'm gonna go run to the store real quick. Just got to go grab something.
You got to make sure that you share before you bounce.
No, that's what I mean. I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna look
Mike
up.
just petty.
Bro,
No,
So,
no, no,
check
no,
in the chat.
wait, what?
Let me see
no,
in
no,
the
Mike.
chat.
What? What'd you say, Mike?
How? He said how. Mike is savage. He said how. It's common on MOT's chat. Every time when they ask him a question, it's the same shit over here. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no, I
I'm gonna
agree
mute.
with
I'll
what
be right
Super
back.
Trizzy. All right, no, I agree with what Super Trizzy said. No, you really are doing black folks a disservice if this is if you're marketing a watch to them, but you're not marketing anything of any reputable quality.
You're basically saying that you're gonna accept anything I give to you just because I'm black, you black, my mama black, your mama black,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
type of.
And they do that just in the spite though. They just don't give a shit about like, look, what's the quality of the watch? He said, no, it's fancy. They'll talk all this bullshit. And I'm like, dude, it's not even a real watch, man. Come on, man.
well, and
That's
again,
you
that's
know,
what I'm saying. If you're gonna be a startup brand, and I agree with Super Trizzy said, like these folks are just
yeah,
doing it
same
just
here.
to make a dollar. If
Yeah,
if you're gonna be a startup brand and you truly care about the art of making a watch, you want to stick to very classic style, classic color.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
know, and when you start to get into some of these weird, some of these more exotic colors for watches, like a blue, like this Breitling he has it right here. This blue,
yeah,
this is a quality blue.
yeah. That's a nice
Like you
color.
you
Yeah.
you immediately see the difference. It doesn't look
Mhm.
like something that a 3-year-old did in arts and crafts.
No.
And then and if you look at the subtle things, look at the font that says Breitling.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
understated, but it's bold at the same time. You
Yeah.
look at it, just the actual font screams quality. And
Hmm.
if you look at the actual price point, this is a $4,000, $310 watch, $4,310 watch, brand new. It's not a
Hmm.
super expensive watch for the actual company that it keeps.
Yeah.
But at that price point, you can look at the fit and finish of that watch, and you feel as though if you're getting a quality timepiece.
Exactly.
That's what's important,
Yeah. Quality matters. It
right? I mean,
matters.
I mean, look at the dial, look at the font, look at the actual hands on the watch, look at
Hmm.
the actual style. Now, this is a more busy style because this is like more of a like an aviator, or or a
Yeah.
navigator type watch,
Yeah.
right? So you have like a lot of different indices on there for different things for measuring actual. I think this watch is actually for measuring speed and nautical
Yeah.
Yeah.
miles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But it's a lot going on this watch, but it's still elegant enough to be worn in a dressier, setting. Like I wouldn't wear it with a
Yeah. Like a
tuxedo.
business. Yeah. Like a business clothing attire, like
Yeah, like a little
suits,
blazer.
blazer. Yeah. Blazer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that. And then look, if you want to take it a step further, look at this brown watch. Right, same watch, but the different strap, silver
Yeah.
dial. I
Silver
mean, it's
dial. Yeah.
really nice.
That one looks nice though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and this is more of a classic sort of color combination
Yeah,
you would
stick with
see.
that. You be
Yeah.
good to sell those at these malls, like, because I live in Cobb County, but there's a lot of malls outside of my city where I'm from, and in Kennesaw somewhere, or the Cumberland Mall somewhere. They have watches like that all the time, especially in Lenox and Phipps Plaza, the one they recently had the riots last year. But, they got watches like that.
And as you can see, this is alligator leather. And what I like about this watch that really sets it off is, even though the watch itself is in stainless steel, we have the stainless steel bezel, we have the stainless steel or silver tone dial, we have the rose gold indices and the rose gold hands on the watch that really bounce off the alligator strap.
Yeah,
it really ties it all in together.
And actually,
it's those little bitty details that separate the men from the boys in the watch industry. Like there's a continuity here.
Yeah. And even if you look at the strap itself, you can see where the stitching, there aren't any loose strands or nothing like that. Very tight stitching. And again, and you contrast to the watches we were looking at on the previous website. That's the difference, where you don't see these loose strands of thread or anything like that. Very strong. And I don't know, maybe they have something on the inside of the actual band itself, but typically watches, you're not going to see genuine leather. You already assume you're paying this price point for a watch, it's legit.
And then you look at the inside of this band, right? Instead of saying genuine leather, some goofy stuff like that, they got a little splash of color. Look at that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that splash of color.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Look at the case back.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
Just plain simple looking watch. Yeah. Nothing too fancy, but
Is that a serial number on the back? The AI or A1? Is that a serial number? I'm not familiar with Breitling watches like that, so
I'm not sure if that's a serial number or if that's the actual model number.
Yeah,
I think that's a model number.
It might be
because
the model
what they
number.
what they do is they'll have like that number, whatever that number is. I guarantee you, on the inside of the watch, you're going to see it on several pieces inside the watch. So that way, when the watchmaker takes it apart, they know that this is a genuine watch. It doesn't have mismatched pieces in there and stuff like that. That kind of matters on the resale market.
Yeah, because Breitling was also one of those brands too that tended to be heavily counterfeited.
Oh yeah, listen, I done had so many fake Breitlings. I ain't gonna even lie, I had plenty of fake Breitlings.
Yeah, actually, there was what's his name? John Travolta was famous for wearing Breitlings. He used to be he used to be one of their brand. I think he still is one of their brands.
He still is. He still is, I believe. Yeah.
Now, if we go to this one right here, this is one of the classic, the Navitimers. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit more expensive because you have an additional chronograph complication here. And then the chronometer certification, that means that it's just like a more accurate timepiece. And like that's basically like if you look at over the course of a year or so, how much time is it off at the end of the year? As an automatic or mechanical watch, manual wind or automatic, there's going to be an actual variance in time at the end of each day, usually measured in seconds or milliseconds, and that's to be expected. But with a chronometer watch, that variation is slight, is more slight. So you have more accurate timekeeping, and so that's going to add an additional expense because of the actual movement necessary to have a chronometer watch.
So I'm not necessarily balling out. You're saying I can't get a decent watch unless I drop 4 racks, Julian? Why do you say that?
Well, no, we're not.
Julian,
in the chat, yeah.
As we said earlier, the watch itself is not a necessary mechanism to carry with you. We have cell phones to tell time. The watch itself is making a statement, and the fact that the price shouldn't be off-putting because you should be at some point be able to manage your funds to a certain extent that you can actually make a purchase like this in good faith. And as I explained earlier, good faith is that you're not financially compromising yourself in order to make this purchase, right? So for me, right now, I can't purchase the watch I want right now, and I'm okay with that. But I'm willing to wait until at some point I can. So sometime this year, I will be purchasing a Rolex, but I will be doing so in good faith. That means that I will provision month to month. So when the time comes, I'm able to buy that watch. That will happen this year. And if I can't get the watch that I want, then why even wear a watch at all? I got a cell phone to tell time. This watch
Exactly.
is not for me to tell time.
I will also add to what Super Trez is saying, Julian. No, we're not saying that, and we talked about this earlier, where there are brands you can get into now where you don't have to sell a kidney or donate blood for the next 3 weeks straight to afford. But a good price point, and what's the channel? The Urban Gentry. He put up a video, I want to say a while back, maybe about a year ago, about talking about good price points to start collecting watches, and at $500 is a good point to come into the market at $500, because obviously, as you see, the last brand you had up, the Italian Twine, they were around $200 or so for their watches, and you kind of see the quality. Once you get into that 500 and above range, you can get watches of pretty decent quality at that point. So no, you don't have to go spend $5 or $6 on a watch or nothing like that. But if you're spending around that $500 mark, you should be okay with a good quality watch. But again, if you buy a cheap quality watch, everyone knows it and it stands out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, say for instance, like you buy a certain watch, it's recognized, and people with that same watch, it's almost like a fraternity, so to speak. You become a part of an elite club of people who own a particular type of watch.
Yeah, it's like Porsche owners.
Yeah.
It's like people who buy Porsche. Porsche generally responds to their customer base, folks who are lifelong Porsche enthusiasts. They buy Porsches, and so again, this is what really this is about. Again, we were talking. I gave the example. Super Triz and I gave the example earlier. When we see, for example, physicians who wear expensive Rolexes, for example, they're wearing $20,000 Rolexes. You know what they do. You know what kind of specialty they're in. Because again, that's just part of, they've gotten to a certain lot in life where they can afford this, and it becomes a statement of who they are. It's an extension of who they are in their personality. So again, when we talk about these sort of higher end watches, understand, we know that the vast majority of folks cannot afford this, but this is something you should aspire to as in your life.
But I mean, if you think about it, right? You buy Jordans, $250 a pop, sometimes more. The last pair of Jordans that just came out with the auto laces, they were $500 if you can get a hold of them.
Well,
PlayStation 5, $500.
Companies that scale usually can't stay black because they don't have the ecosystem to support them. Radio One, BET, Oprah, Black Record companies all eventually are acquired. Then he says Volkswagen with a flat 6. Oh, come on, re-up.
Well, and Super Trish just made a good point. People spend that kind of money all the time. If you buy Jordans in the resale market, you're paying 2 to 3 times of what they normally cost. That same patent leather, retro nines or whatever, that you might have paid $250, $300 for. You go buy it in the resale market, you're gonna spend like $600-$700 for them.
Yeah.
So you're already in that. You're already in the range where you can buy a Movado.
James asked a question. Hi, can you suggest any black-owned watches? We just did.
We
What's
just
called
did.
that
Man.
Twine?
Late to that party,
you came in late, James. Accurate assessment, Ree.
Yeah,
Okay, DC.
I think we're at a time when watches have to serve more functionality. Like, for example, the new I'm not sure if it's the new Lamborghini or I forget which car it is that came out recently. It might be BMW, but you can basically start the car from your smartwatch. If you have an Apple Watch or Samsung Watch or something like that, you can start the car from there. You can unlock your house. We're moving to this smart age, and what I see a lot of upwardly mobile guys still rocking the Apple Watch. Like they're content with that. It might have a
Yeah.
band on it, but they're kind of content with that watch. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're kind of
because
moving.
they're good for everyday purposes.
Yeah.
You know, this goes
Exactly.
back to what do you wear? You know, you're gonna have watches that you wear daily. This is something, you know, like I was talking about earlier. One of my daily drivers for watch is a Bulova, is a Precisionist. That's what I wear. I've had it for many years. You know, when I brought it, I spent a decent amount of money on it, but nonetheless, it's something that I've had for years, and I continue to wear it to this day. And I probably have about 4 or 5 smartwatches. But again, if you start looking at smartwatches too, a decent watch is gonna run you in the range of 300 to $400 at least.
Mhm.
You go depending on which model of the Apple Watch you get. If you get the one with the stainless steel casing, you're looking at least 400 to 500.
Then you got to get a different band for it.
Yeah, that's gonna run you another $100.
And see, the thing
Yep.
about me is that I'll wash my hands 1,000 times a day. I'm putting on gloves, taking them off. I don't wear a watch most of the time because I'm at work. It's really a hindrance to have a watch on at work. So like when I'm wearing a watch is because I'm going out somewhere outside of work, and I want something that's going to go with my outfits, and kind of make a statement. And so from that particular perspective, I want a watch of a certain quality. I want a watch of a certain aesthetic. And I want a watch that's automatic, or even manual one. But I want a mechanical watch. I don't want a battery operated quartz watch. And I guarantee you, when I'm wearing that watch, I won't be looking at it to tell time. I don't care at that point. It's just to make a statement.
It's a very, very expensive accessory.
Yes, for me, certain people actually use the functionality. Like some people actually use their dive watches for diving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a diver, so that's not something I plan to do. But I mean, there's certain people that actually use their watches. Like I was talking about earlier, some people actually use their watches for working out. They actually time themselves, and they use the chronograph features on their watch for timing themselves for doing certain. Right. And that's perfectly fine, and I think that you have to find a watch. You have to find, first of all, you got to ask yourself, why do you want to watch? Okay. Find your purpose. And then you find a watch that suits your purpose. For me, my watch that suits my purpose is going to be a two-tone stainless steel and gold metal, a fusion watch. Something similar to what you see here. This is a Breitling, although this is not the watch I plan on getting. I do want a chronograph. I want a stainless steel and gold. And I wanted a high quality watch. I'm not. I don't want Casio, and I have Casio watches, but I don't want a Casio watch. I don't want an Invicta. I want a Rolex. End of.
No, and again, that goes back to, these are things you should aspire to at some point in your life. So you get to a level where your income and finances allow you to make these kinds of purchases. This is what we're talking about. And so for Black men to understand this, these are all things you should, as I said before, aspire to have at some point in your life. And speaking of smartwatches and the Apple Watch in particular, if I remember correctly, it was Apple that just a few years ago, and I don't know if they still sell them now, that you can buy a $20,000 gold Apple Watch from them. And there was a handful of celebrities who had them, namely Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah, they did do that. I think they stopped since then. And what I find interesting is that they want to sell a car now. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on over there at Cupertino, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, again, for like Super Triz was saying, like for me, when I was typically working, and I'll be on the floor, like I had a smartwatch. I wore a smartwatch. So, it was something that didn't get in the way. You can clean it easy, had a rubber strap. So, pretty straightforward, but it was something that was, at the time, just really more of a function as a more functional. But again, smartwatches in of themselves, they're only going to get more expensive as time goes on.
Exactly right.
I mean, you can't find, for example, a Samsung Galaxy watch I mean, you're not gonna find those for less than 350, maybe 300. You might be able to find one that's maybe a model year two older. You can find it for around 200 or so. But typically, their newer ones are going to be at least 350 and above.
Yeah.
And Apple Watches are going to run you at least $100 premium above that.
Yeah.
So
and the Apple Watch only works with the iPhone itself. You can't pair it with anything else. Whereas the Samsung Watch can work standalone.
Well, and I think that we'll see, increased functionality, as time progresses within the smartwatch, and because they're gonna have to actually, justify the price increases, year over year for the watches. So they're gonna add increased functionality, and then as the technology increases, they'll be able to do so, and maintaining the same dimensions. You won't have to have a big bulky watch to have the increased functionality. They'll be able to maintain the same size of the watch and still be able to do more. And so, yeah, I mean, smartwatches, they do have their place. I have an Apple Watch myself. I don't really wear it, but I mean, I have it.
Yeah, Tris, if you can click on that link in the back chat that I just posted, that's the watch.
Let me go there. Let me go there real quick. Hold on for a second here.
I don't have an Apple smartwatch, but I can tell you right now, I have at least 3 Galaxy watches.
Yeah, you're a Samsung kind of guy, right?
Yeah. I use mostly. I use pretty much Samsung. Like I have.
There it is.
I got an LG.
Yeah, this is a Tag Heuer smartwatch.
Tag Heuer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's on my radar. I've been waiting for them to drop a new one. But
yeah, I know they dropped a new model last year. Was it last year? I think they dropped it.
It was 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the watch at? The Tag Heuer.
This is a Tag Heuer smartwatch. This is all virtual.
What you see? Can't see it, Tris. We can't see anything.
You can't see it.
No. It's just a blank screen.
Oh, I gotta let me stop sharing and reshare. This happened last time. Okay. It's an issue with StreamYards. Okay, let me go back. I'm about to reshare my screen. Complex.
Okay. Mike, what do you think about the Hermes edition of like the Apple Watch, where they're kind of trying to fuse a more traditional watch look with the smart watch functionality?
Your mic is low. I can't really hear you.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Well, that's why Google actually brought the Fossil brand, the Fossil brand, was so that they can do something similar.
Well, they bought Fossil for the IP. There's a lot of IP that was developed.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, not as loud as everybody else.
Huh. Okay. I'm not sure why that is. No, I was just asking about the Hermes edition, like what you thought about that, where they try to fuse the traditional watch look with the smartwatch functionality.
Yeah, that works too. That works for me too. I like that too. I like this one in particular because it just has a lot more functionality, like for pedometer and things like that.
Wait, this is a smartwatch. This is a smartwatch. Ooh.
If you go back to their Tag Heuer's smartwatches fleet, go to the fleet of them.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
Yeah, go to all connected. Yeah, this is my next one.
Which one?
Okay. Which one?
I'm still looking. I got to get fitted for it correctly.
Oh, okay.
Which one are you trying to get though? Which one?
I like the golf edition one. I'm not even a golfer, but I like that one.
Yeah, which one are you talking about, Mike?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I just know their series is what I'm looking for. So
yeah, check out peep that golf edition, man. Let's take a look at that one.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm not even a golfer, but I can rock with that.
I think there was a Tiger Woods one at one point.
There was.
Titanium case, white and green rubber strap.
Wow.
Tag Heuer's sporty spirit is expressed in a special edition designed for the most discerning golfers.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
No, Mike, you had to pick up golfing.
Yeah, Mike, this is Butterlake right here. Yo, this is Butterlake.
Yeah,
that white band really looks nice too.
Yeah. I'm really feeling the white band as well.
What's the other one? What's the other models they got?
Okay, let's go back.
I wonder if they have like a motorsport one. Damn. Let's see.
I mean, this looks the most motorsport out of all of them. This red
That
one.
one.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that one.
It's loading up right now.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say it uses Google OS, so Wear OS.
Yeah, I was actually gonna add. I know Movado has some smartwatches. There's a bit cheaper than the Tag Heuer watches. But for most folks, they will.
Oh, there you go, Complex. Look.
Yeah. Yep.
That looks like a tachometer right there.
Apple watches are more about style than anything. Okay, Mike.
Say that again.
Mike Shiv wrote in the chat. He said Apple watches are more about style than anything.
No,
Apple
Watch
more about
ECGs, dude. They got an ECG on those. They got,
it's more about function, not style.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last Samsung watch I have has an ECG on it. They got theirs FDA approved back during the summer, I believe, last year. In 2020. So yeah. So again, for Apple, it's more about their smartwatch investment is more about moving more into that personal fitness health space.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to move into. And the same thing with Samsung as well.
Hey,
exactly.
Also, I think it's Mike Ship. He said that he wants to check out Benson watches and Verdure watches.
Okay.
I've never heard of them, but we can check those out.
Of course, Mike wants to check out Vincent watches.
Okay. I've never heard of them. I want to check them out. I've never heard of them.
Okay, let me.
Okay, but no, Mike. Yeah, those Tag Heuers are. Yeah, that's the joint right there.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I get mine, man.
Where's the link at, Mike?
The pandemic, the stores are closed, so you can't go in there. But say it again.
I said, where's the link at? You want me to just type in Vincent watches?
Benson.
I didn't say anything.
No, Mike Ship in the chat.
Yeah, it's called Benson.
Oh, I thought Mike B wanted to look up Vincent watches.
No. Mike Ship in the chat. The other Mike.
Benson, BENSON.
Oh, Benson.
Benson.
Yeah,
Like Benson watch. I've never heard of them, so.
Just about to say the same thing.
Benson and Hedges cigarettes. Remember those cigarettes back in the day?
Yeah, my grandmother used to smoke those.
Yeah, my uncle used to smoke them.
Yeah, I got a couple of family members who used to smoke.
Benson by Marcel.
Okay.
I don't know. That watch looked kind of suspect. Let me look it up. Looking kind of. Here we go. I knew it looked kind of suspect.
I thought when you were talking about Benson, I thought you were talking about the black actor from the show, man.
the butler.
Yeah.
I mean, he could afford these watches. These are non-select. These are non-select.
Non-select. Select, non-select.
Wait, go ahead, pick one, dude. We gotta look at them. Let's take a look at.
Oh God.
Okay, we're gonna look at the Vegas casino craps table green dial.
Craps table green.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Damn.
That's the actual color, craps table green.
Damn.
Now, in all fairness, I mean, number one, okay, obviously is gold plated, rose gold plated. I don't like that, but
there we go. Yep.
What
I
they
hate
did,
when it's gold with green.
in that they've kept it a little bit simple.
Yeah.
It's not all the gimmicks.
Yeah.
I give it a pass.
There's no bow tie on this one.
No bow tie. The font
Thank goodness.
Looks kind of sophisticated a little bit. What does that say? Let me zoom in on a little bit. Benson by Marcel.
Yeah, see, I do like the fact that they kept it very simple. The design seems to have a lot more content.
It's a black-owned brand, so I was interested. Okay, Mike Ship. It's a black-owned brand, so I was interested. Okay, Mike Ship.
And then Dr. Felix, you were saying in terms of the continuity.
Yeah. It's just a more fluid design. You don't have things where your eyes are just drawn to a whole bunch of different places on a watch like that. It's just nice, simple. if it was just a simple, silver dial with, maybe a brown strap, it'd look very understated. Obviously the rose gold kind of in the green face kind of.
Yeah. See, my problem here is that when you try to go simple and then expensive at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you try to do it by going the gold plated or going the plating route, and it's just like that's not a recipe for success.
Well, people seem to be buying them because they're popping up
Well,
on trends.
yeah, I guess maybe it is. What's some of the other watches they have?
Well, first of all, we got to look and see what type of movement in this watch. I mean, is it
You're not
quartz?
gonna get that. You're not gonna get that because we didn't even get it on the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Usually, a
looking
lot of these
for it.
places don't tell you exactly what the movement is, and that's usually your dead giveaway.
Yeah. So's the price drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we looking up now?
I don't know, just another one of their watches, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll check out the other brand. He said Verdure watches. Verdu. Wait, they're all pretty much. Oh wait.
Oh,
what's
they're
that?
sold out. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I mean, it must be popping.
Oh.
yeah.
Let's look at the sold out model. Let's see what makes it
yeah,
so
let's check
special.
out the sold. That shows us and our high snooty.
Even has a moon phase. Interesting.
Mm.
So
Interesting.
we see here.
In the manosphere, though.
This is stop.
Hey, that happened on somebody's panel, man.
It did.
Damn.
Yeah, that was last year in 2020. Somebody was hosting the panel. I'm not gonna mention the name. And
Uh-oh.
they let somebody cam up and they mooned them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh boy. So as we see here, right? So we got a couple issues here. We got Swiss quartz movement. As okay, it doesn't make if it's quartz. I don't care if it's Swiss. It's quartz movement. Okay, it's quartz movement. 316L stainless steel bracelet. So Rolex uses 906L stainless steel.
Yeah, 906. That's way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got. I mean, at this price point, what do you expect? It's 350 is kind of expensive to. No, they tripping. They tripping.
Yeah. When
Well,
you start to
okay,
get
but
into
then
that
that means
movement,
that I was gonna say that means the mechanicals are cheap because you got to eat the price somewhere.
well, here's the thing: you typically don't see a moon phase on a quartz movement. You typically see those on automatics or mechanical. Yeah, you don't typically see that on a quartz movement.
But see, the thing about it is that when you put a moon face on a mechanical watch, whether it be manual wind or automatic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes some engineering to make it work correctly, right? That's why they call it a complication because it's complicated. Right. When you put that on a quartz watch, it's not an engineering feat. So it doesn't have the same emotional response to see that on a quartz watch because it's not that big of a deal on a quartz watch.
On a quartz, right?
And then to top that off is like, I mean, they're obviously trying to. Okay, we look at the actual shape of this case. I mean, they're trying to be a little bit unique. And then the actual band itself. I mean, it's decent that they're trying to be a little bit different. Kind of reminds me of a Hublot.
If the face was different, because it has a very sort of it has a corporate industrial almost kind of look like you're like, let's just say you're a foreman on a skyscraper project, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He'd probably be the guy wearing a watch that looks something like this, but that face doesn't go with the bezel and the band. It looks very industrial. Then the face just says blah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, and those are all great points that you all are stating. Again, I think I think Super Trades hit it right on the money, literally here. 350 is a lot to be asking for this particular model. As I was saying earlier, a good buy-in for decent watches usually starts around $500.
$500.
Yeah, maybe 450. But 500, you usually can find some pretty solid watches at that point. This right here is passable, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's passable.
Well, here's the thing.
Triz, pull up the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my thing about about watches is that, and this goes for pretty much anything, right? You start a certain way in the industry, and you're marketing at a certain demographic, you're producing a certain quality, or lack thereof, a product. Your ability to move up market is hindered by what you initially offer. So when people go back and they look back at your long and storied history and they see a watch like this, then they don't respect you as a watchmaker. So you kind of limit your trajectory by entering the market at a certain price point and offering a subpar product, which this is obviously.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Again, watch, for watch companies, watchmaking, this is one of these industries where, that base you build up, that consumer base that you build up very much dictates the overall success of the brand. For watches, yeah, if you come in on the low end, you're just gonna build up a consumer base that's used to purchasing watches from you at that particular price point.
Yeah,
So
you bought this watch at. This is the type of watch that you go into Zara. And like,
Zara, yeah.
you look over by the cologne section and you see this watch there,
right there next to it.
And like look at you about to go to the club, right? And you need an outfit for the club. You're like, I need a watch to go with this outfit. And you look over, you see this watch, and then of course, and like look at when you see this watch in the store, it's gonna be marked down. It's gonna be like they're gonna sell it for 150. They're gonna have 350 crossed out, and they're gonna be like on sale now for 150.
Yeah,
because you're never gonna get this watch. They're never gonna sell this watch at 350. Not in the department store. Now maybe online through aggressive Instagram marketing, they get some people convinced to buy the watch. But yeah.
There's something about the watch though that it says Benson on it. I just can't get out of my mind like Ben Carson rocking this, and he's in the White House. He's the the head of HUD. He's just walking around with this something to say, but nobody really cares because of the watch.
Yeah, they're like, dude, your watch is a combination of your first and last name.
Yeah, well, hold on for a second. Let me just look this up real quick. Hold on for a second. We got to look this up.
I'm telling you, man, the name, the name Benson. I immediately thought about the cigarettes my uncle used to smoke.
Right here, Benson Hedges.
Yeah.
like that's what I think about when I see Benson.
They used to sponsor a Formula One car. Eddie Jordan's old team.
It's the same font.
Yeah, that's what my grandmother used to smoke right there.
No, hold up, complex. It's the same font. It's the same font.
You know what? I was gonna say that too, dude. I think it's the same font.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because that's the reason why I kept thinking cigarettes. I'm like, dude, the way the font looks the same on the Benson.
Yeah,
dude, my grandmother used to smoke these, dude. Like,
there's probably a Nicorette in the back of the bezel or something like that.
Powered by nicotine.
What you want me to look up, complex?
It was Verdure, Verdure, Verdure watches.
There you go, Verdure watches. Let's look it up right here.
Let's see what we got.
VerdurWatches.com.
That's the kind of watch you can find in Kmart.
Okay, that leather looks cheap already.
Oh no,
that leather looks cheap
Mike
already.
Mike should have that Channel Zero.
Like full grain leather.
What the?
That doesn't look like full grain leather.
Is that a dot? Is that that dial is kind of messy, and the bezel is that like cubic zirconia, or is it just made to look that way or something?
It's studded. It's a studded bezel.
I think it might be Triz's screen. I don't know.
No, that's a no. No, Mike, don't do me like that, Mike. No, Mike, don't do me like that, Mike.
No, zoom in on it, because we can't.
Hold on, let me view the catalog. That looks like a neural. That looks like a. This is gold plated. I can tell already.
Do I need to share mine or what? What is it? What do we need to do?
Can you see it?
We can see it. Yeah.
Okay, here we go right here. Legacy 2.0. Oh, man, it's 2.0.
2.0. Oh my God.
Oh Oh shit, we got the 2.0 watch. The
Damn.
official watch of the Manosphere 2.0.
Oh my god.
Damn.
But
Shots
me,
fired.
you know,
No, it wasn't. The shots were taken
But-
and turned into a watch.
see,
Dang.
I don't like that. I don't like the way the bezel is designed because it completely clashes with the band itself.
Hey, wait, Mike, is this part of the Icy Hot Stoners collection?
Ah,
It
shit.
could very well be.
And look at the dial. That looks like some type of scale, fish scale. They got salmon, halibut. That's like a halibut dial. They got a halibut dial with two T's.
Hey,
Halibut with two T's.
Let's get some close-ups of this thing, man. Let's see
It's
some
halibut
eyeballs
with
on
two
it.
T's.
Yeah, see,
Get,
see
get some
that
pictures.
dial
Get
is.
some
I mean,
close-up
the
pictures.
dial is really messy. The bezel just looks really cheap.
Look at where it
And
says
they
Verdure.
charging them $600 for this thing?
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
listen,
not
hold up,
just
hold up. We gotta start right here. Somebody cut out. Somebody printed out Verdure on print shop and cut it with some scissors.
No,
And they put some super glue and glued it to the fish scale dial. Look at you can still, look at that.
That's terrible. You want me to pay almost $600 for that crap?
Look at that gray stuff in it. Look at they didn't even cut all the gray out.
No, it's stamped on.
You
man.
can find Hemel. You might as well go buy if you go spend $600 for this, you might as well go buy something like a Tissot. Go buy something like that.
Yeah, Tissot.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is terrible.
I mean, hell, you can even find some of the lower end Hamiltons in this price range.
What is that? Is that like a spice? Okay, that's like a spice grinder pattern. Like when I the thing I use to grind up my weed, it has this stuff right here.
Oh, so it's two purposes then.
It's a watch and I grind my weed with it.
Yeah, if you click on get discount, it's probably 50% off.
Look at this band. Look at the band on the inside. Look at the close up of the band.
We can't see it, Trish.
We can't. Yeah. Can you get a?
Yeah. See, that was what I'm saying. Like the bezel, the dial just completely clashes with the band.
You can't see the screen at all.
We can see it. We can't see a close up. Like, can you? Does it give you the ability to?
I'm doing a close up right now. This is the close up of the band.
No, you're not on there, Trish.
Yeah, we don't see it.
I think Trish might be on his iPad or something.
No, hold on. Let me stop sharing and let me share again.
Okay.
Because I was zoomed in on the band right now. Hold on. Let me go back.
No, we were just looking at that bezel, trying to figure out why they decided to make that watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an issue with Okay, here we go right here. Now you see the band now, right?
Oh, there it goes.
You see that?
What?
Look at the inside of the band.
Is that? Wait a minute. Do we didn't get all the plating in there? Did we miss a spot?
Like this
bunch of spots?
This is quality control issues.
This is terrible.
No, I think that's to let your skin breathe.
Huh?
I think it's to let your skin breathe.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Oh man, no. What am I paying for? What am I paying for?
Well,
$574.99.
Am I paying for this blue dot?
Look at this crown. Look at that blemish right there.
What is
this? Is their display watch too.
No, it's on the other side also. Look at that.
Ain't nobody paying for that shit.
Well, it depends. If you were like a part of the Taliban in Pakistan or something like that, in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's Butterlade. That's Butterlade for them.
Butterlade.
Yeah.
That's nothing for them.
There's a drone strike coming. Let me check the time. Okay.
Douche. Get out of here.
Hold on. Okay. Maybe. Okay. You know what? It was just that watch. I know they got a better model. Let's look at this one right here.
Oh boy.
We're gonna look at the 80OS version. This is the 80OS version.
What is the name
And it's $356.24. Damn.
It's 24 cents.
Okay, now hold up. Now look at this. What kind of leather is this? Is that leather? What is that?
That like
I think it's some type of leather. I'm not sure.
I've seen that in the Hyundai Sonata. I think
yeah, that's a leather or something. Yeah,
I think that's what the steering wheel is made out of.
Yeah.
No,
the gear knob.
This is the leather that they have on Turn Tech tennis shoes. Remember Turn Tech tennis shoes?
Tech? No,
Remember Turn Tech tennis shoes?
Yeah.
Tech.
You remember turn? We gotta look up turn tech.
Look up turn tech. Here we go.
Turn tech shoes. There you go.
Old Secret Society ass watch. Channel Zero. Come on, man.
That's turn tech leather tennis shoe. Oh no, it's vulcanized. It's rubber. It's rubber. That's what it says. Vulcanized rubber.
Figures.
That's what's on the bottom of the turn tech shoes.
Rubber. Damn.
But I'm looking at the watch itself.
Here we go. Right here. Sculptured fish scale dial. Like this is something that nobody in the watch industry ever asked for. So why would you give us this? Nobody said I want a fish scale dial. Nobody.
Can you get a close up? Let's see. Oh God. Oh no. Oh God.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now to your average hood cat, that's butter laid. So
yeah, but when Craig Sager used to rock these type of things with his suits, man, nobody really questioned.
Yeah. No, they wasn't. No, Craig's a classic, man. I mean, he's a classic interview.
Look at the name. Look at the name sticker.
You know what the face
that looks terrible.
You know what the face of this watch looks like now that I really look at it? It looks like a manhole cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Look at the outside. Look at the bezel.
If you look at the outside of the bezel and look at it looks like a manhole cover.
Hey, that's perfect for the guys who claim to be street conservatives.
I think, yeah, it's marketing watches to them.
Oh shit!
Liberals done it now.
Stop the steal.
Black lives don't matter. Oh man.
I won't stop. It will too back on it.
But this watch does. Verdura, goddammit. Oh no, I can't. That's a manhole cover watch. That's for manhole cover.
Look at the best part of the watch is the back of it. Believe it or not. That's the best part of the watch.
That's the best part right there. The movement, the mechanic.
And that's probably a basic ETA movement or MIOTA movement. Is nothing special.
It doesn't tell us either.
Yeah. Look at the anchor is a very solid piece. And all black, it shows how serious of an individual you are. It's subtle attention to detail. Attention to detail? Did they just say attention to detail?
Yeah.
This is a shame. And as you can see, it's already marked down at 356, allegedly.
Yeah. Alleged.
Well, and 24 cents, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the discount. If you click on get the discount, it should tell you how much it's going to be.
So wait, Mike, are you saying 356.24 isn't the actual price?
Mike, what's your email?
New kid discount. Oh no, go ahead.
Mike, what's your email?
blackbrainstuff@gmail.com.
My watch game is decent. Okay, the Haitian. Okay.
Oh my god. Mike, I need
It's
your
a
email,
real
man.
watch. Google it.
No, hey, wait, hold on. Mike Ship, you good, dude. Like you don't have to be sorry for mentioning these brands. I mean, that's the whole thing, dude. It's like, we're trying to really dig into this whole because I'm finding that we're like a small number, right? Because this is the first time we've done a watch live stream. Mike, when was the last time we did one, man, on the Brain Trust? It was like over a year ago.
Yeah.
If you think we're brutal, you should listen to some of these white guys when they.
That's what I'm saying. Go Urban
Gentry. They're merciless.
Yeah, Urban Gentry don't even bring this to him.
Yeah.
Don't even bring this
he'll
to
flip
him.
out. Yeah. He's a white guy like that. He'll flip out. He's like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah. Like, don't even bring that stuff to him. He's like, dude, don't bring anything to me that has a value under $500.
Yeah.
Maurice,
and I think that's the important part of that. What Super Church just had up, that brand Verdura, whatever the hell it's called. They're charging $600, $400 for a watch. You're in the range of low end Swiss brands.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, you can go buy a Tissot. You can go buy a T-Touch. So you can buy T-Touch models for like around $400, $500. upwards of 700, depending on which one of the models you get in that particular series.
Mhm.
But you can definitely buy lower end Swiss brands at that $500, $600 price point.
I
And you
mean,
get,
you're better off buying a Seiko.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather buy a Seiko if that's the case.
Yeah, you can buy Citizen watches at that price point. Go
Yep.
buy one of the Nighthawks or something.
Yeah. Well, okay, Trish, you got something you're gonna pull up because Mike Ship said Maurice LaCroix.
Maurice LaCroix. Yep, I've heard of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't he a subscriber of ours?
Maurice
that?
LaCroix?
Yeah, Maurice.
I think the Haitian wrote that comment.
Oh.
Yeah. He wrote that
No,
comment.
no,
The
Mike
skeleton
said-
watch.
Maurice from Rembrandt. Yeah, Maurice from Rembrandt.
Yeah.
Maurice November.
Yeah. The Haitian wrote that in the comment in the chat.
Yeah. Well, okay, there we go. Maurice LaCroix.
So I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I look at these watches. They're definitely a step up from what we were looking at before, but I wouldn't consider this I mean, I don't care how much they charge for these watches. I don't know if I would consider them a luxury brand.
He said, look up the skeleton. The skeleton.
The skeleton watch. Let me look that up.
Okay.
Like,
and he said these are a bit. No, they're not really in my. But let's see. Let's see what the skeleton watch is about.
That looks like there's a skeleton watch right there.
Where?
Right here up top. That's a skeleton watch right there. I just got to find it over here.
Wait a minute. They sponsor Mahindra Racing?
Oh, the Indian company.
Yeah, there you go. Told you, man. Watches and motorsports, dude.
I'm watching a lumberjack pulling my neighbor's tree down in Georgia. He's pulling the opposite way in the parking lot right now.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
I wish I can go straight to the skeleton watch. Do you know what the
Yeah, I don't know if it says skeleton.
Here we go, right here. Skeleton.
Okay.
Skeleton watch. Let me look at it.
Wait,
what's that? 6 million or 6,000?
6,800.
That's it.
Right. Oh, okay.
Let's take a looky, Lou.
Ooh, that's
so
expensive.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm looking at the watch movement. It doesn't look visually impressive enough to be a skeleton watch.
No.
No.
It's different, but I can probably wear it somewhere. I probably wear that walking around the mall with that. Might.
I mean, I just don't see paying $6,800.
No, I just don't see that. Not with that price. No,
because it seems as though the appeal is the fact that you can see through it, right? So that means that if that's really,
I see a $900 watch. That's all I see.
Well, I was going to say, if you're going for the effect of this, then go for something cheaper.
Yeah, it looks like a $900 watch to me, or lower than that.
I mean,
because 6,000, that's ridiculous. Ain't nobody paying for that.
I mean, somebody's going to buy it. Somebody that doesn't know why.
some fool gonna buy it. They say, look at the price, baby.
I will recommend like a watch like this, a Maurice LaCroix watch. First of all, I would say I wouldn't even bother buying a Maurice LaCroix.
I wouldn't.
I think you'd be better off buying if you want to buy a watch in this price range and this ilk. I would say buy a Hamilton before you buy a Maurice LaCroix.
Them Cartier prices. Oh no, come on, Rio.
And then if you're dead set on buying a Maurice LaCroix, buy a pre-owned.
Yeah. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can do. Yeah.
Now, matter of fact, let's look up.
Wait, hold on. Hey, real quick, Triz. Check out the masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Okay, let's go back.
The masterpiece. Okay.
Yeah, they said the masterpiece.
What is?
The Haitian said the masterpiece. Yeah.
This is a version of the masterpiece, the skeleton.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so they got a blue one? Oh, okay.
Masterpiece.
What's that on the end on the brown? That looks like a clock, like open that one. Yeah.
Right there you go. Masterpiece. Right there. And then let's see. Okay.
Yeah. I want to see that one.
Damn. They are all expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. I see.
13,900.
13
That's
nine.
Rolex
Let me
territory.
Well, the way the little blue clock on the top, I can see why it's
Wait a minute,
13,900.
they got one with a retrograde calendar on that bitch.
Wow, I see why they're expensive. Yeah, it's the middle of the watch.
Ugh,
But
see,
when you're
that's
talking about
that's a bit.
13,900,
Wow.
right?
That's a lot. Yeah,
We're in Rolex territory. We're in Audemars Piguet territory. We're not
yeah,
Rebellion, you're in
Patek
Rebellion
territory.
yeah.
territory.
Sorry, yeah. You get up the more
Montauban.
expensive watches.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Omega definitely. You
Shit,
can
the
get two
Rebellion,
Tudor.
the Rebellion shit is like 10 and up.
Yeah.
It's
This is the
Cartier.
right price for. Yeah, this is the right price for this watch. I'm gonna tell you why. If you look at the blue inside that, that's what makes it stand out of all the watches I've seen. But that one right here, that can something can jump out at you, and then they'll probably give you a discount lower than that.
Well,
You know, but
let's look at Chrono 24, and we're gonna look
hmm
up Maurice Lacroix and see what the
hmm
resale value is on these watches.
yeah.
yeah, right, because that'll
And
really
if the resale ain't good, yeah, you can say you can get that off top.
Or if they even have any on this actual site. Okay, we
Yeah,
got some on the site. So we're gonna look at unworn, new and unworn watches and see what the resale value is on these. So these are new watches. So we got
yes.
Masterpiece right here. Look at this. $1,199.
Ooh,
Woo.
that's a come up.
Okay,
Somebody wants
that's a
one.
come up.
They
Yeah, if
don't.
somebody wants one,
Yeah, they don't have a high resale value at all.
Now look at this
I
one.
see
Now we
why.
just saw that watch for 13,000, right? We got
13,900.
9,500.
That's
Yeah,
1,200.
9,500 free shipping.
yeah, I see why.
Um,
Damn, look at
this
that.
one, this one's still cheaper than. Now they got a Maurice Lacroix Tourbillon. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, right? This is where the value is. If you got to have a Tourbillon watch, because
hmm
Tourbillon's usually like $100,000 on up. At $68,000 for a true Tourbillon, that is unheard of.
Yeah,
Just look at that.
Horrible resale value.
And this is in platinum. This is in platinum.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, there's not much.
68,700.
Yeah,
Yeah, it ain't.
it's not much of a resale market for these.
No, it
But see,
ain't.
the problem is that when you look at a watch like this, right? They have a Maurice Lacroix Masterpiece Tourbillon Retrograde in
hmm
platinum, right?
hmm
Limited 30 pieces,
Platinum
68,700
is
on
expensive,
the
man.
resale
Yeah,
value. The
yeah.
problem with this is that you can find Maurice Lacroix's. Let's go back to the Maurice Lacroix website.
Right, I was gonna say it's way cheaper.
hmm
Wait a minute. Okay, so we got Maurice Lacroix's brand new for $1,100, right? So if you're a manufacturer, to have a range of prices that great, people are not going to want to buy a watch from you for
Exactly.
$68,000
Yeah,
used when they got a new watch
That's
from the
somebody's in a
same company
rush.
for 1,100.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
then look at
somebody in a
this.
rush to get that.
No, I
And
hate
then I guarantee.
Haitians said I don't care. I love my Maurice. No, we're not
Yeah,
hating.
that's him.
We're just talking
We
about
ain't
like
hating. We're just saying most
we're
people wouldn't
talking
buy that. You
we're talking
know.
about the purchase market.
And see, look at this, right? So we got it. Well, hold on. We got a platinum tourbillon, right? But the same company makes a gold plated, 18 karat rose gold plated watch for 1,100.
Right.
This is what
And
I'm saying.
that's the
If you're a
problem.
watch company, you got to find your lane and
Yeah,
stay
that's
in
the
your
problem.
lane.
That's the problem.
And when you straddling the fence, you got entry level watches. Nobody's going to want to pay top dollar. That's the reason why you got a tourbillon for
Yeah,
$68,000 brand new. This is a
yeah,
brand new tourbillon. This is unworn.
yeah, yeah.
A
That's
new
some.
original box, original papers, and it's
Yeah,
$68,000 for a
yeah.
tourbillon. Now that
You
may
know
seem
the.
like a lot of money, but a
Yeah.
tourbillon should not cost 68,000. It should be costing over 100.
You know the average athlete in sports or anybody that's in not just sports but anywhere that like movie stars, they'll buy something like that for cheap and they're like, all right, that's 6 day right there, top dollar, all right, go ahead. But the average person cannot afford that.
Well,
So
what they're doing right now, and I'm gonna have to shut this down here in like literally
okay.
because I got to get loose together and stuff. But it's
Oh, okay.
like right now in like the athlete circles, the Richard Millie
Yeah.
watch. Yeah, that's
They'll buy something like that.
Beckham, Odell Beckham Jr.
Beckham.
Yeah, he
I
made
will see.
because he wore one during a game, basically.
Yeah, and I think LeBron would wear something like that too, because I
Yeah,
know
oh,
he's damn near a
absolutely.
billionaire. Yeah, because he lives
Yeah,
out in L.A. Because I know he would get something like this. He said, "What the hell's Maurice LaCroix?" They said, "Look here, right here, 68,700, and that 13,000. You know, he can get a good price off that. You know, for cheaper.
Now,
You know, because that's him."
I wanted to show you guys tourbillon watches to give you an idea.
Hmm.
These are tourbillon watches. I don't even know if this is a real tourbillon. This says skeleton tourbillon. This looks like more of a. This looks like an
that's a
open heart watch.
Nardine,
I don't know if
man.
it's actually a tourbillon, but
Yeah,
anyways.
that's a Nardine right there.
But these
Yeah.
tourbillon watches, you see these prices. Tourbillon watches are super expensive. 2 million. That's all diamonds though. But these watches are expensive. Tourbillons are expensive. Very expensive. Now see now look at now this is a watch you would buy. A Jägerle Couture tourbillon, $35,000. That's a value right there. And this is stainless steel, probably.
That's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, Haitian. We were looking at the Tag Heuer connected watches. Mike's gonna be getting one, Mike V. So he was showing us what he just got sized for. So those are pretty butter laid.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
they're
I
French
would actually
watches, man.
consider one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like
Some.
as far as the price, it's in line with like the Oak and Oscar watches that I want.
Yeah.
So it's
They
like
look like
I'm
French
good. I'm
watches.
good with that 2,000, 2,500 price range for a
Yeah.
good watch. I'm good right there.
Okay.
Like this stuff here, man. Whew.
now this watch doesn't look bad. This one.
What's that one? Audemars?
No, this the mark
Oh,
from Maurice LaCroix. I mean, I wouldn't get a Maurice LaCroix,
masterpiece.
but I think that one looks halfway decent.
Re-up. Safe deposit box watches. This is what we're talking about, dude. Wait. Repost the link. Okay, wait. There's Dr. Phoenix. I don't know. Okay, wait here. Let me post it. Let me grab it. I don't know what happened there. He might have just dropped out.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. He's got the link. I got the tag Hoyer Formula Watch. Yeah. Yeah, Haitian. Yeah, Mike showed it just a little. If you go back in the stream just a little bit, we were looking at those Tag Heuer connected watches, man. Nice. Okay, what's this here, Triz?
I'm not sharing anymore. We back to the.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. I posted the link here. I'll let Dr. Phoenix come on up. If he comes on up, we can just give our final words here, and then I'm gonna go and grab some lunch.
I got to run Lowe's and.
Yeah,
That's
I might
1243.
do
Where is he at? Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking about doing a I don't know, maybe like a car talk or something
Okay.
a little bit later.
Yeah, hit me up.
Okay. Yeah. I'll shoot the link to you. Just go get some lunch and take care of a few things, and then
Yeah.
All right, man.
we could talk whips and maybe even do some sim stuff.
Yeah, talk about what's going on in the car industry. We got some new stuff going on in the car industry. Matter of fact, if I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the news, but there's some stuff going on.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all.
by the way, Complex, I watched one of your I think the sapiosexual video, the last one you did, pretty good. Yes, pretty good. Yeah. Your last video on your channel. Yeah, your last
on my
video.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I started firing everything up over here, I stopped doing stuff over there because I only got
Yeah.
I have the esports channel
Yeah.
that I have
I
to
saw
make.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to make like structured content for that one though, right? Because that
Yeah.
one more like instructional and how to's and stuff like that. So that channel
Mhm.
is kind of niche specific for like driver training and all that kind of stuff. And then this over here is just more of like the normal stuff, right? But yeah, on my channel, man, I'll probably spark it back up when the spring rolls back around and I start gardening. I start getting my
Okay.
garden together. Yeah, That's when
Hey, can you guys hear me?
There you
Yeah,
go.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Hey,
No, I just wanted to say really
go ahead.
quickly before you guys ended the stream.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, Super Triz made a great point about tourbillons, and that Maurice LaCour watch. Yeah, 68,000 is kind of on the low, is pretty on the pretty low end for a brand new tourbillon. Typically, the entry level point is around 100 grand. I mentioned a brand earlier, Zenith, and they are actually they're famous for their tourbillon watches, and you can actually find them on Amazon. You can find some pre-owned ones on Amazon. Although you gotta make sure they're legit, but the tourbillon, yeah, some of those prices that Maurice LaCroix was charging for those watches, you're kind of in the range of some of the more really prestige brands.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they were necessarily worth the price, if you will.
Yeah. Let me read this comment real quick, man, before we shut it down. James Mensa, he said, "Are you going to do a live stream about 2021 and goals for Black men to aim for and achieve in terms of tech, etc.?" Man, we did like 3 of those already.
Yeah.
You know,
You
in
late,
response to
James.
James Minsta, I just mentioned the goal, in particular, in pertinence to this actual stream about watches.
There, yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, even if you don't buy a watch, you want to position yourself to be financially in a place where you could make that purchase in good faith,
Right.
right? So, like, some point down the line, sometime this year, you should be able to honestly say, you know what, if I want a Rolex, I can go buy it. I may or may not do it, but if I wanted to, I could, and it'd be a purchase in good faith. I'm not going into debt. I'm not compromising myself financially to do so. So basically, you want to position yourself, this year, sometime this year, to have disposable income to make a luxury purchase of some sort. Don't have to make the luxury purchase, but just have that disposable income to do so. That's the goal.
Mhm. It's all, look, see, the thing of it is, it's just like what Dr. Phoenix was saying earlier. You run into, certain doctors, they'll be wearing certain watches that tells you about where they are at
Yeah.
professionally, your social status, etc. Right? So these things are they're accoutrements. They're a reflection of who you are. They're statements about your personality. They're also investment vehicles. They're appreciating assets. There are a whole lot of things, right? There's a lot of craftsmanship to be appreciated in it. It's not being a watchmaker is not the easiest profession, so I have a high regard for those who not only can do it, but then make something that makes me want to go and spend the money on it. Right?
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is, instead of like having the quote unquote high value man talk, we how about we just engender it, right? We engender it and let it be reflective of the things that we seek to incorporate into our lives. There's nothing wrong with having a finely crafted art piece and a timepiece. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with having a nice car that appreciates in value. Why? Because it appreciates in value. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to take great pains to take care of it, which is a greater reflection of the type of life you're trying to live. So, like, don't reject things of high quality, okay? Because that's saying something about that's saying something and you should think about that. Like, why would I reject something that, and I'm not saying that you are, but this is just a general thing. Why would I reject something of higher value, finer quality into my life? Right? In order to
Right.
have that into your life, that means that what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and things around you have to be comparable. It has to match. Right? So these are things to aim for. That's what Super Triz was just saying.
Yeah.
So
I saw a tree cut down.
That's my last piece on it.
Yeah. I just saw a tree cut down in front of me. Didn't break the house though. It was weird. It broke his chainsaw though. He's like, wow. It's in Georgia. You better be glad you don't live in Georgia. You better be glad you don't live in Georgia, man, because they got a lot of trees down here, man.
Man,
It's in the South, man. Yeah.
We got a whole other thing going on over here.
Yeah, I just want to add really quickly
Yeah, I was
before
gonna
you
say,
guys.
any other last words?
Yeah, I just want to add really quickly to what you were saying, Complex, and what Super Trends was saying. As I said earlier, the watches that we discussed today, they're aspirational brands. These should things that you should be aspiring to be able to purchase and not put yourself in a financial bind in the process. Just like black folks aspire to buy a Mercedes-Benz S-Class one day or 7 Series. This is the same type of investment, except unlike those cars, which in about 3 years are going to be worth about half of what you paid for them. These watches will tend to go up in value. And so again, this goes back to, you have these conversations about things black men should be aspiring to in the 21st year of the 21st century. This is part of that. This is part of that formula. Yeah. And so fundamentally speaking, for all black men, all should aspire to be able to make these luxury purchases, and these should all be a statement of who you are and representative of your personality.
Right.
For me,
notice, Dr. Phoenix, we never said to pursue these things to attract the opposite sex. You notice that never came up during this entire 3-hour going on 4-hour conversation about watches.
Exactly.
Well, as long as I've been coming on panels, I've never even spoken on the opposite sex.
Me neither.
I don't talk about it outside of the purview of, the context of health and healthcare. I don't speak on the opposite sex, and the things I talk about are things that black men should be aspiring to do in their lives.
Exactly. A reflection of you. It has nothing to do with the topic du jour and what is pretty much running this space nowadays. This isn't about that. This is a reflection of you.
Well, yeah, and again, I've even referenced my own personal reasons behind why I chose to go to medical school. It was a personal choice.
It's a personal choice, right?
This was for me. I'm doing this because this is what I've always wanted to do. This is a reflection of who I am on the inside. And so again, and that goes to brothers finding that North Star and following it.
And Haitian says this. He says the average person never heard of Omega watches or the Oris brand watches. Okay, well, if you were listening to this live stream, you did now.
Now you just elevated your game.
You just elevated your game.
Here's the thing. The average person within the quote unquote ADOS community has never heard of these watches, but in other communities, they've heard of this watch because once you have some semblance of generational wealth, you and your lineage ascend Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're not looking at conversations. You're not trying to satisfy base level needs. You're not having day-to-day conversations. You're having month to month, year to year, decade to decade, generation to generation conversations, and you're trying to plot out the trajectory of all those who come after you. And so, with that being said, you got a little money in your pocket. You never had to struggle. So you're not looking at basic stuff. You're looking at nice watches and stuff like that. And a watch like this, you get a quality watch. That watch is going to last not only your lifetime but your children's lifetime.
It's like building a legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so for me, like I said before, I don't need a watch, and nobody on this panel needs a watch. We all got cell phones. We're getting a watch because it's an emotional purchase.
In a statement.
It's something that's sentimental in value. As far as an investment purposes of the watches, there is a market for watches as far as an investment, but that's something that you have to educate yourself. You just can't just say, "Well, I'm gonna just buy a Rolex and I'm gonna sell it, flip it." No, there's certain models that you buy. You have to buy it at certain price points. You got to buy certain dial and bezel variations. Like I showed you earlier with the Oyster Perpetual, you buy with the turquoise dial. That's where you make your profit.
But look, let me tell you something, man. It's like if you just Google this stuff, and then I might have to shut this down. You go to YouTube, type in like Rolex watch, and then Village Roadshow or whatever that Antiques Roadshow. that show on PBS where they have a
Yeah,
group
yeah.
of appraisers that go around to various venues around the country, and everybody brings in some old stuff that they have, and then the appraisers will appraise them. Watch how many clips you get of people who brought in either their father's old watch, their grandfather's old watch, or their grandfather's old watch. And then when the appraiser does the appraisal on the watch the values they give them. Go put that in YouTube and look it up.
No, absolutely, and that's that's a great point, and I'll just end it at this, as you were just saying, complex, and what Supertree is saying. These are legacy pieces. This
Well,
is
wait,
part of your
real
legacy.
quick. Alika Spain, he said, I found out estate watches. That's the term.
Yes,
We
estate.
found out
Yep.
about estate watches through DuPont Registry when I was 12 years old. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Those watches that you get handed down to you. Go watch those Antiques Roadshow clips. Put Antiques Roadshow watches. See what you get.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look on the opposite end of that, and you think about things that women hand down to each other, how many women have black men known
Whoa.
who's who they've been with or dated or whatever, their grandmother or mothers gave them a set of pearls. Think about it
Mhm.
like that.
Yep. You
How
can look up
much?
all those clips and you'll see my grandmother, my great grandmother. They show them pictures, some documentation. That guy does a little research and he comes back and he just gives them some stupid value where they're just
Yeah.
like, what? And they're like, yeah, that's how
Yeah,
much it's worth.
yeah. People sitting on gold mines and don't even know it.
Mhm. And then they
You don't even know it.
the
Yeah.
next thing they turn around and tell them, get some insurance on it.
Yeah.
All right, bros. Okay, I gotta shut it down. Give me a few hours, man. We'll spark back up. Maybe we'll just do an open chat, or no, we'll do a car talk. Triz, you down for it?
I'm down for it.
Okay, well I'll schedule it. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then because we just chilling, man. Ain't nothing going on over here.
Yeah,
So
I'm about to make some runs. I got to run the lows and stuff like that. But yeah, we can definitely chop it up later.
bet. Okay, I'll schedule it for later. I'll text you. Okay.
All right,
All
peace.
right. All
All
right,
right,
All right.
brothers.
brothers.
Peace,
Peace.
Y'all have a good
complex.
one. Hey, I appreciate everyone for coming through. Yeah, just hit the like button on your way out if you didn't. Share it if you feel compelled to, and we'll see you a little bit later on. Peace.